Okay, so get this.
Yeah.
So yesterday, apparently, so this wasn't announced until today after the missile launched.
Yeah.
But yesterday, um, someone from Kim Jong Un's like administration talked to the Prime Minister of Japan and
Yeah.
told him that they deserve to be sunk into the ocean. And then
Yeah.
today, fucking at like 9 this morning, they fired a missile that went over Japan, like over populous area, and they were like
Yeah.
issuing warnings, like get underground, like like it was a big deal. Like it really like fucked up Japan for a day because like it's so overpopulated and um, there's so many people like trying to get to cover, and then it ended up landing like 1,600 miles beyond Japan in the Pacific. But basically, it was a scare tactic.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking nuts.
I mean, they shot a missile into their airspace, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's like, I mean,
That's a declaration of war, isn't it? Even if nothing happened.
yeah, right? That's what I was thinking.
I don't see how you could possibly interpret it in any other way.
But Trump tweeted after that that if Kim Jong Un even thinks about hurting like America or its allies, that they're gone. Like they're done. Like
Why are they not
it's over.
already?
It's over.
It's all ogre now.
It's all ogre now, dude.
Why are they not already gone? That's kind of what I want to know.
Yeah. It's fucking nuts, man. Oh my god, dude, that riot though. Did you watch any of it?
Nah. I
Dude,
just want to hear
holy fucking shit. It was so
your
nuts,
voice
man.
on it.
I think it was more nuts than the Milo one. And
Yeah.
someone got hit like with a bike lock. A couple people got stabbed. This one was like okay, I was watching like the live footage of it. This guy like it's right like okay, so these two people are like arguing and like she's calling him a racist and he's like get the fuck out of here and they're just like yelling at each other. And then like it's just a blur of motion and like everyone's fighting all of a sudden. And then like the police break it up because there's like someone down on the ground. And like so they get to him and then they immediately like I don't know if he got shot. I'm guessing I didn't hear a gunshot, so I'm guessing he didn't get shot. I'm guessing he got stabbed. So yeah, and like the cops are like coming out with like riot shields and like breaking it up just so they can get to this person who's like bleeding out on the ground. And then they couldn't get an ambulance through, so they like get him on this stretcher. I guess they had some like on site or something, like some I guess when they bring in the police, they also have like some med people come in, some first responder people, I guess, whatever. And like so they get him on a stretcher, and then like all of a sudden you hear this helicopter, and I think he got airlifted out. Like the footage is really low res and blurry, and it's like you can't really see much over all the people and all the yelling. But it's pretty fucking nuts. That's what it looked like to me anyway. That he was like getting airlifted. I don't know that for sure, but yeah.
Damn.
About 5 minutes into Shapiro's thing, he is like, I just found out that there have been 4 arrests already for like protesters carrying firearms.
Huh?
My hunter is at 5.
Yeah.
Do you want to do these characters, or do you want to go do like buff our other ones?
It's up to you, man. What do you think?
I say we move to other characters just because the raid's coming up and I want to do that. And then after we done the raid, I'll probably focus on just getting all my characters up to where they can do the Nightfall. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe we should get all our characters to where they can do the Nightfall. I don't know.
I don't know.
You're putting too much pressure on me.
Putting pressure on your penis.
Do it. Yeah, man. It was
Pressurized penis.
it was pretty fucking nuts. The the lecture itself was like really civil. Like there weren't a bunch of people like yelling in the thing, but that's because they sunk $600,000 into security.
You got that June money.
Also, also, I didn't know this, but Shapiro gave a lecture there in 2016, and he had 2 security officers, and there were no riots at all. So he gets on stage, and he's like, this is basically the same speech I gave last time, but now, this year, we need all this extra shit. It's nuts.
You're nuts.
Oh my god, the cringe was strong though, dude, with the protesters.
Yeah.
Like, they were chanting, what was it? No Trump, no fascist USA. That's what it was. And
Oh yeah.
it had
They have like the worst.
it had absolutely nothing to do with Shapiro. Yeah. And what? Oh my god, like Shapiro's not a Trump supporter. Like he doesn't. But you know, he's a Jewish Nazi alt-right, so what the fuck ever.
Yeah. Damn Jewish Nazis.
How dare him? So fucking stupid. That's a gay.
How stupid can one group be? Like
We're finding out. I don't think we're at maximum capacity of stupidity yet, though. I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think it's got to get to such a boiling point that even the left realizes how stupid it is. You know what I mean? I think that's what it has
to get for that to do that.
I don't know, man. That's the question. But I think that's where it's headed, at least, is like it's gotta hit a point where even they realize how dumb it is. And that's the only way this ends.
Is that possible, though? I don't feel like that's possible.
I think as time passes, it might not be possible for this generation, but as time passes, the younger generation's gonna get a bigger voice, and I think they'll see how stupid it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it might not happen in our generation, but I think the next generation can have the capacity to.
Yeah, all the edgy little kids are like, I don't believe in God because I'm edgy.
Yeah.
It'll be like that. But
yes. But for a good cause.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's gonna be like. Oh, I was about to go switch characters, but there's a public event. I'm gonna do that first. Dude, I'm having a really hard time doing the story with my hunter. I die all the fucking time.
Dude, isn't it? Yeah, it's like super hard until you get, I would say until you get to your, like, what level do you start getting your stuff? You're level 9?
Something like that.
Until you get to that point, it's like super hard.
No.
You're just like, what the I fall.
I didn't realize how vital the circle abilities are early on until I was a hunter and didn't have a good one.
Huh?
Like you really use that healing aura and the shield a lot early on.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that the hunters, it's like
it gets better as you go, but like at base level, its circle ability is shit.
Yeah. Like, it's good because of what it does for you, for other things. This is some
Yeah.
bullshit. God
What
damn
is some
it.
bullshit?
I keep getting, I keep getting weapons instead of armor, and I'm using really good weapons because they're from my other character.
Yeah.
And that's some bullshit. Did I ever tell you
That's
about the
no
bullshit?
good.
Alright, ready to switch to other characters? Oh, you already are the other character.
I'm on
Do you have
my
story?
hook right
Do
now.
you have story missions, or do you have to level up?
I have story missions.
Alright, let me just do this public event, and then I'll switch to my Titan. Ooh.
I was gonna
Ooh.
do this public event and then switch my Titan.
Huh? Oh. I thought you... Oh, I thought you already were your other characters. I've been very confused with something.
I don't know. I'm kind of. I'll do whatever you want because like I'm pretty. I need to do both. I need to get both my characters up for the raid, and I also need to get this one up to do the Nightfall. Do you just want to grind these characters tonight, the low level ones?
Sounds good to me. I mean, I don't know.
I know it's hard. It's hard to say.
I almost have my Night Stalker, and that's kind of why I'm on this character.
I've spotted
Nice.
another Cabal mining expedition.
Because
Guardian, you know the drill.
I'm at 95%, and I really, really want that Night Stalker life.
Do it. I need to do that Exodus mission thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
The
Oh,
strike.
there's one
As you
left.
see fit. I trust your methods.
There's that quest line on Iowa that I never started. That I need to
Oh yeah.
do on Warlock. Other than that, I think I just need beat the Nightfall and under so many such and such. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Is it any Nightfall?
I think it's any Nightfall. I think it's any Nightfall with 5 minutes
That would-
remaining.
That would suck if
That's-
it wasn't.
Yeah. I think it is any. I'd be down to do the higher level characters and do some of the quests.
Cool.
I'd also like to get some more weapons to fuse into other weapons. Because right now, my 2 highest weapons are weapons that synergize with other weapons, but not with each other.
Oh, I got you.
So I'm like, I'd really like if I could do something to get the other one that synergizes up, so I can just use these two.
Hey, you know
So-
that the exotic hand cannon you use with the shitty hand cannon you were telling me about?
Yeah.
Joey said your waifu is shit. He says even with both guns, like, it's still shitty.
I haven't tried it with both guns, but I'm gonna have to agree, based on using it by itself with a gun that doesn't. That's my highest gun though.
Oh, well then
So
you
it
have to.
really-
God damn it.
Yeah. I think it's because it's a hand cannon, I'm thinking of fading it into the sun thing. Sunspot, or the heck it's called. Solar spot.
Oh my god. I cannot stop dying. I just can't stop. Can't stop myself.
They're like hopkins.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I hate their little like mortar thing that comes. Cause
Yeah.
it'll surround these better things sometimes. You're like, well,
Yeah.
I can't do it. Can't even do it, man.
I'm not doing it.
Not doing it. Help my butt.
Lord in heaven.
Yes, I got it. I got it.
What'd you get?
He sacrificed another lander.
I knew I could count on you to
Void.
make my day.
Oh, nice. Void for what? Your hunter?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I think,
Ugh.
fuck this gun. That's what I think. Where's my, oh, I don't have it with me. God damn it.
I was reading this article about the North Korea thing, and
Yeah.
it was also saying that like last week, the U.S. detected like a seismic event in the capital of North Korea, but it was at ground level,
Yeah.
and they're like the only thing that could possibly be is them testing a hydrogen bomb.
Oh no. I feel
So
like
I don't.
something's gotta happen too.
Have you heard these theories that this is some Eddie Bravo shit? This is like this is like flat Earth level woke.
What about
I mean,
Long Earth?
but it's interesting. I like Long Earth is good too. A cat is fine also. I'm gonna switch to. If you're gonna play your hunter, oh shit! You know what? You gotta go get your Void class
Yeah,
for
that's what I was gonna
your
say.
hunter,
Oh.
but I gotta
Yeah.
go get my motherfucking art class for my warlock. So
Ooh.
I'll
Oh.
motherfucking
Ooh.
go do that while you doing your thing, and then we can meet
Oh,
up
yes.
and have lots of lesbian sex together.
Oh man, that's
Lots
so
of
good.
rubbing.
Oh, rub it in me.
Yeah.
I need a shit. God damn it.
I'll give you one.
Alright, I need to go back to the tower for a second is what I need to do.
I'm also at tower.
I'm like missing one of my guns. I have no idea what happened to it.
I put everything in the vault when I'm done playing. That way, whenever I pick a character, I don't have to like go switch weapons real quick. That's all in my vault.
It might be in my
It might be in your
maybe it is
butthole.
in my
Did you check inside your butthole?
No, but that's a good spot.
I'll check for you.
You should.
You like that Eric Andre? I couldn't decide on a picture. I don't know if I like that one better or worse than the others.
I don't know.
It's hard to say. There's so many good
He's
ones.
got the memes.
My favorite one.
He's got those memes.
My favorite one I was gonna try and use, but the resolution was so small I couldn't really see it that well, and I'm like I can't really use this as a reference.
That's so sad, dude. Did you cry?
Yeah.
Did you cry of sadness to yourself? Tears of sadness?
Yes. Tears. Tears of what other kind of tears are there?
Tears of joy?
Okay, yeah. There's that.
Yeah. Tears of your penis?
Tears of butthurt. Fucking Demouth. Fucking Demouth says in our YouTube thing. That's what she said.
Huh?
In the YouTube thread.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
Also, just so you know, I named this stream, Fun with Explosives Destiny number 9, Ben Shapiro, Berkeley, Antifa Rant.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, we should probably rant about Berkeley some more.
Yeah.
How about that Berkeley?
How about that? How about that?
How about that?
I don't know what to say about that. Tell me your ways. Oh, wise one.
Where is this taking me? I'm gonna
It's
take
taking-
you
it's
for
grabbing me by
a
the butt.
ride. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da.
I thought I already got that thing. There
Oh.
it is.
Let's get back to that North Korea thing.
Yeah, tell me about North Korea.
So, have you heard this theory that North Korea is actually a country? It's like just a prop for like the world order, so they can like have a bad guy. Like everyone there is actually just a government agent,
Hey there.
and it's
Yeah.
not. Have you heard about that?
Yeah?
Yeah. So everyone there is an actor basically.
Catch you later.
So, I think that is an interesting idea because North Korea is so fucking crazy, it almost makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's better.
like the fact that they are so, like the cartoon bad guy, you know, like haha, tie you to the train tracks, bomb Japan. Because they're that like stereotypical cartoon villain, I can see that theory having like some like I see why people believe that.
Yeah.
But
No, they are kind of like
what do you think about it?
comically bad.
Yeah.
I don't really get what they're doing.
Yeah, it's like they're asking to get bombed. Like they're pissing off huge world powers. Like all
But,
of
like,
the
that's all
United
they do.
Nations. Yeah.
It pisses people off because they've never actually done anything.
But think about that from
Right.
the other like from the perspective that it isn't actually a country. That it's just like
But, like, what's the
propaganda.
point of it?
It's to distract people. It's like, look at this and not other things that are going on in the world, like the fucking Muslim issue. It's like just a deterrent.
It's just a deterrent country. That's not
Yeah.
a real country.
Yeah.
That makes.
Stay
I guess I
woke.
can see that.
Stay woke, bro. You woke yet?
Totally. I totally am. You can't even tell. I'm so woke.
Stay woke. Niggas creeping. They gon' find you. Gon' catch you sleeping.
Can you catch your butt with these hands?
Do it. Grab my ass with both hands.
I grab your ass with both hands tied behind my back.
So I have to like stand behind you facing the opposite direction.
Yeah. Ass to ass.
That's some kinky shit. Oh, dude. Dude. Ted Cruz is blaming his intern for the tweet.
Huh? I mean, that's not the most ridiculous blame I've ever heard.
Yeah, but it's still funny. Like his official Twitter, he's like, I don't monitor, like I don't actually operate it, and he just like he didn't give an excuse for it. He's like, that guy's fired. He didn't like say how it happened or anything.
Huh?
But
He's like, this is an intern.
so that could like
Finding
happen.
porn for me.
That could like happen.
As an
But
intern finding porn for me, they liked it so I could find it later.
did I say intern? I meant like assistant. I don't know what the fuck he was. He worked for Cruz. According to Cruz, he manages his Twitter. So, which is it, Cruz? Do you not operate your own, like, social media, or do you look at porn? I guess.
Can't it be both?
But I mean, like, as far as, like, out of those two options, one is political suicide because it goes against everything he stands for, and the other one is like a lesser evil.
Dude, Void is the best. Even with the Hunter, this Void thing is awesome.
Nice.
They're talking about like you reach into your past selves and your own depths and pull forth the Void.
That's frosty as fuck, bro.
And then it's like you take aim before you even draw the bow. Like, it doesn't make sense because the Void doesn't make sense.
It makes sense that Void would be the best though, because it's like
Yeah.
you got fire power, you got electricity power, you got fucking nether realm dark matter power. It really is a competition.
I'm ready for weird story time.
It's a competition between best girl and not best girl. So who do you think's gonna win?
Probably best grill.
Probably Zodiac Killer's Twitter.
Yeah, Ted Cruz doesn't operate the Ted Cruz official Twitter. He operates the Zodiac Killer page.
Yours will be a difficult path,
Official Twitter.
Jackie.
Yeah, Zodiac Killer official Twitter.
It is only
If that's not a
you
thing, I'm gonna
who
make it a
can
thing.
call down the storm. I've not often seen
I'll
the
steal it
storm.
before Cruz
And
can.
have it and fit it,
I
yeah,
always
fit
knew
his
that you
picture
were
of
different
Ted
from the
Cruz
others.
as
I
your
never understood
okay.
my
The middleman says death to commies.
I'm
I agree.
afraid there is a gift I can teach you.
Specifically Antifa commies.
Huh?
Specifically the fascists that call themselves anti-fascists.
Yeah.
You know who else tells people they can't talk and express their opinion? Nazis. Soviet communists.
You know what's really funny about the Nazis? I'm pretty sure it's short for National Socialist. That's what Nazi is, I think.
National what?
Socialist.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
so it's
interesting.
Nazi.
Wow. That is really interesting. Wait. How is that right? Because wouldn't it be in German?
Do the Germans call themselves the Nazis though? Or do we call them the Nazis?
I'm pretty sure they call themselves Nazis.
Yeah. As a member of the National Socialist German Workers' Party.
Wow, interesting. The middleman says...
Yeah, okay, because in German, it's very similar. It's national, and then it's S-O-Z-I-A-L. I-S-T-I-S-C-H-E.
National Socialists.
Yeah.
Interesting. Middleman says, communists can't technically be fascist. They are both parallels of authoritarianism. Communists can't technically be fascists. They are both parallels of authoritarianism. I think anyone could be a fascist.
Deep breath.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think the two are fundamentally opposed. Fascism is like a propaganda thing. So if you use that tactic, it doesn't really matter what your party is, right?
Socialism is a propaganda
There's the
thing.
shard.
You call it socialism, but it doesn't actually fucking exist.
Inbound.
It's just fascism. Or communism. Like, there's no such thing as an actual socialist society. It falls apart instantly. It's basically like this. Give me all your money, and then I'll decide what to do with it based on what's good for you. Oh, that
Yeah.
means we're still the ones in power. No. Someone else has all your money. It's like, give the government all your power, they'll decide what's best for you. And somehow you're still not. Again, somehow you think you're still the one in power.
It's really important, the distinction you're making between communist and socialist. It's like the distinction between liberal and leftist. Because traditional libertarians believe in free speech, which the left clearly doesn't.
Yeah.
Middleman says, communism is left-wing authoritarianism, fascism is right-wing authoritarianism, communists are not hyper-patriotic.
I don't think this fascism requires patriotism. Is that what you're saying?
Hold on. I'm fighting Taken.
Wait, those taken.
Communism
powers.
is left-wing authoritarianism. Fascism is right-wing authoritarian.
Yeah.
No,
That's not even-
that's not the case. I mean, there are fascists on both sides, right? Like you don't, okay, you don't have to be part of a party to be a fascist. That's like being a bigot, right? Am I wrong about this?
That shard must have a little light left to give.
You might be wrong about it.
Is fascism a movement? I don't think so. I think fascism is like it's a label, but it's also like it's someone who oppresses others, right? Let me look up. You know what? Let me look up fascism.
Just look it up, yeah.
Let me get
I'm
it
really
like a
not-
definition
I'm not actually-
of fascism to be absolutely correct about everything.
I'm not sure if fascism is like an actual ideological belief or if it's just how you do things.
Fascism is a form of radical authoritarian nationalism characterized by dictatorial power, forcible suppression of opposition, and control of industry and commerce that came to prominence in early 20th century Europe. Okay, so fascism was a movement, and / is a movement, but it's also a lot like, okay, there was a movement like that, but it's also just a word for someone who forcibly suppresses the of opposition. So like control of free speech and basic rights, like trying to take that shit away. It's an oppressive system of government. So any oppressive system of government is fascist.
So I think the distinction that he's saying though is that fascism as a movement is nationalistic.
Okay.
So it's not really left wing, right wing, it's more national or global.
That's probably the case in a lot of instances. I don't think that's a universal rule. You could be a fascist, not like, okay, like fascism, like my country's better than yours. Obviously that's a thing. But you can have fascism in other ways too, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be nationalist.
I think it's like Nazis are national socialists, so you can't be a Nazi if you're not nationalist and also a socialist.
You can't be a
Then it's not
Nazi
Nazis.
if you're not.
You
Say that
can't be
again?
like you're partly Nazi because you're a socialist. Like no, being a Nazi means you're both. You can't be half.
Okay.
Otherwise you're just that. So you can be authoritarian and not a fascist. And you can also, you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
saying authoritarianism is a part of fascism, it's like, yeah, but it by itself doesn't mean you're fascist. I think that's the distinction.
Okay. I got you.
When you first get an ability, you don't have any of your subclass, like, ability path things, right? Like when you're using it a bunch? I don't think he did.
I don't understand the question. What was the question?
What I'm asking is when you get, like you're getting arc thing right now?
Yeah.
Right? So that is arc without any modifiers, right? Because you don't have a path yet, you haven't put skill points into it?
Right.
Because that means the hunter bow does something by default that used to be a buff.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you can look at
What
your
it
skill
is.
tree. It's not active. Like if you're still doing the starting mission thing, where you get it.
Yeah, I know.
Middleman says search up the Nolan political chart. It's based on the variables of economic and social freedom. A communist cannot be a fascist.
Well, a communist can't be. Wait, no, a socialist can't be. Socialism is not a real thing.
A socialist can't be what?
Exist. Because that's their whole thing. Every time their stupid little socialism bullshit fails, like, that wasn't real socialism. Like, well, that's because socialism is not real.
Yeah, if we tried it right, it would work. Everyone just tries it wrong.
Like, well, that's because it doesn't work.
We've never actually seen Marxism in practice done correctly, because it's always done by corrupt rulers. In theory, it's a good idea. And I will disregard several countries and hundreds of years of evidence to the contrary and say that it works and is functional. How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
I really think that I think it's basically, weirdly enough, because it's from a group that constantly calls everybody Nazis and fascists for disagreeing with them. I think it's like a weirdly idealistic view of things. Like, it'll never work because people will there will always be corruption.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's putting it is a little, I like what you said, it's idealistic. You're putting too much faith in humanity. Like, people are going to fuck you over. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
You need to
Like,
set
there
up a
will be some good
system
people.
that
There will be some bad people.
helps prevent people from fucking you over. You have to take into account people have bad motives when you create a system like that, which socialism does not. I see the comment thread moving. I'll check it as soon as I'm done fighting this wave.
Shit, yeah. Oh, okay, I see it. Oh, I see it.
Take it will do anything to stop us from leaving.
I feel like that one better. I can see why that one would be good, but...
Dude, wouldn't that be crazy though, if North Korea wasn't a fucking country?
That would be
It's just a
pretty good.
conspiracy of the whole country.
Oh, country doesn't exist. Wait,
Stay
wait,
woke, bro.
what?
Whoa! Yes, that's it. That's the one.
That's it.
You did the thing.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Dude, listen to this. Ready for this? Rounds fired from this weapon have no damage fall off. Over-penetrate targets and ricochet off hard surfaces.
Nice. Is that an exotic?
Yeah. And
That ricochet is nice.
when you go into your little thing, so you know how a lot of weapons you can like change the scope and stuff?
Do
You know
what?
I'm talking about? You can like
What'd you
change
say?
the scope and stuff.
What changes the scope?
If you inspect your weapon, you can change some of the stuff on it.
Oh, nice. No, I haven't fucked with that at all. I didn't even know you could do that.
Oh. Well, you can do that. So.
I knew that was the thing in the first one.
Well, now you know. That's the thing in this one. Huh? What was it saying?
The Warlock Arc
Oh, yeah.
Super doesn't do enough damage to like single target. It's good for crowds.
Nicely done. Let's
It's good for single target because it'll kill the crowd around it.
Oh yeah, you were telling me that. It's not good for
But
like.
it's not specifically good for a single target.
Yeah, I'm with you. I gotta go check on my computer because
I
the
don't know
thread
why the
moved
traveler keeps choosing to
faster than I
grant
could keep
us
up with it, and I
powers.
lost
There must be others like
some
us
of
out there,
what was being said.
fighting for what's right.
Oh no.
Middleman says it's like calling someone a leftist right-winger or a right-wing leftist. Communism is partially different than fascism as it seeks to dissolve the state. Communism is partially different than fascism as it seeks to devolve the state. Although this usually results in having to implement a collectivist government. Many communists believe that if the people control the government, then the system isn't authoritarian. Hence, anarcho-communists who don't realize anarchy can't exist when any public entity is required to control everything.
Dude, Google communism definition.
Yeah, good idea.
No, it's awesome. Seriously. It's... I didn't realize that it was that.
Is it like how the definition of feminism got changed? Communism, a political theory derived from Karl Marx, advocating class war and leading to a society in which all property is publicly owned and each person works and is paid according to their abilities and needs. That is a very light definition of communism.
Well, my favorite part is that it advocates class war.
Advocating class war and leading... Yeah, okay. That's weird that they would include that in the definition.
I mean, it's part of it.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that strange that they wouldn't, like, do it due diligence? Like, they're, like, openly... I just think it's bias, is guess what I'm saying. Which is fine, I don't give a shit. But, like, you would think if
Bias.
you Google searched communism, it would just pull up, like, an unbiased take on it. But it's absolutely true that it advocates class war, so that's cool that they included that.
I mean, yeah, it's like... That's... Oh my god, this melee is so funny. So, the Night Stalker, the melee is a smoke bomb. Smoke bomb.
Smoke
And-
bomb.
You can use it. You can use it offensively, and it sticks to people. It sticks to enemies. So like I threw it and it stuck him in the face. He was like, "Whoa, what?" And then it exploded in his face.
Nice.
It was so good.
Which skill tree do you suggest for Stormcaller? Oh, the fucking
Yeah.
duh. Is that the top or the bottom one?
I think I don't remember. I think bottom, but I don't remember.
I don't
It's
see
one of the
anything in
last. I
here.
think it's the last ability.
Okay.
It's called an Arc Soul, and it's your Rift ability.
Oh,
your Rift
okay.
ability
It's
gives you
called
a
an
Rift
Arc Soul. I've just been calling it familiar. Middleman says, I talk to communists and they redefine a lot of terms. Marxism is shielded by the fact that it is non-criticable because of the it got cut off. Let's see.
Ask him about.
Marxism is shielded by the fact that it is non-criticable because they define their system to be inherently perfect. If you tell a communist that communist country failed before, they'll argue that they weren't communist. Yeah, absolutely. They believe communism has to exist worldwide to exist. It has to be global. Wow! Isn't that some shit? So,
They're globalists.
now communists are globalists too. They're not nationalists. Interesting.
No, they're not. Fascists are nationalists. Communists are globalists.
Oh, okay. Now I
keep
see what you're
bouncing
saying.
between the two.
Now I see what you're saying. Okay, I'm getting the distinction now. I don't know if fascism has to be nationalistic. I think you can be fascist to pretty much anything for any reason. But when you're talking political fascism,
I think
it might be exclusively nationalist. I'm not really sure. Do what? What'd you say?
I think you're talking about authoritarian. You can be authoritarian, but you can't be a fascist unless you're nationalist.
You can't be a fascist unless you're a nationalist, but you can be authoritarian.
You can be authoritarian. I think
I think now we need a definition of authoritarian just to set an actual definition on it. Favoring or enforcing strict obedience to authority, especially that of the government, at the expense of personal freedom.
Yep. That's it.
So you're saying that you don't have to be a nationalist to be authoritarian, which I agree with. Because you could have fucking, like in Code Geass, you could have fucking Charles, the single world power, who is clearly authoritarian.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but to be a fascist, you have to be a nationalist, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you would have to be authoritarian and nationalist.
Okay.
But I don't agree that socialism isn't, because how does Nazis exist? Like, how does a Nazi a national socialist if you can't be national and socialist?
Repeat
Like,
the
that's the
question.
entire premise of their party. Nazis? That's how you get Nazis? You know
Dude, I
that?
got an emote called Spicy Ramen. Do you
I
have
got
that?
the sniper rifle.
Holy
I got the
shit!
sniper rifle they can switch.
Okay.
I didn't get spicy ramen though.
This is
I
the
heard
best thing
spicy ramen
ever.
was real good. I heard it's real good. You make some
Yeah.
ramen?
Yeah, spicy ramen is the best. I'm sorry, your dance is good, but oh my god. This is the most beautiful thing.
I got that rifle. Do you know
That
what I'm talking
one. Yeah, you know, that one. The one rifle.
Yeah.
Of course I know what you're talking about.
about? You better fucking know what I'm talking about. It's a sniper rifle, and you can change its element on the fly by pressing square.
Nice.
No.
Middleman says, I keep having to switch to the
Middleman
thing to read the
The
full.
man says, give him the middle finger. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
He
Ooh.
says, here's an
Ooh,
example.
butt.
My system is called poopism. I like it already. It is inherently perfect. I agree. Poopism is great.
Yeah. That's, how did he know?
A system
How did he know?
based on poop cannot fail. You can get everything you want. No one works. There's no suffering, no crime, no poverty, etc. and it has to be global.
Yeah. Why are we not funding this?
Yeah. Yeah, poopism. I don't care. I don't care if it's communism remasked as poopism. It's called poopism. I'm in support of it.
Yeah.
What do you want to do now?
Oh yeah, we could go do the Titan Hunter or Warlock Titan. What do you want to do?
Let's do our first characters. I want to be my Titan.
Alright, I'll switch to a
Sweet.
Warcock.
Switch to that
Ooh.
Warcock. And then
Uh-oh.
put the
The
cock
cock
in
is
me.
ready for war. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Let me just finish this public event.
Pubic event.
Yeah. I'm... Interesting. Oh yeah, I gotta change that real quick. There we go. The body's Reggie Hole now.
Yeah, that's the thing about we'll call it communism and not Marxism, because apparently communists like to make a distinction. They say, according to Middleman, that communists don't like Marxism because it failed. Which is hilarious. Yeah. But
Yeah,
that's the thing. When you read about like communist doctrine and like how it would work, like in theory, like on paper, it might sound good. And that's
Oh,
what
I definitely see. Yeah. I
and
definitely see why people would think that that's like a good.
yeah. Well, the thing is, like, nowadays, people are still doing that. They're disregarding all of the evidence against it
Checking right now.
and saying, well, in theory, it could still work.
All done.
And capitalism
I mean,
is evil, obviously.
Always good
Goddamn
to see you,
capitalists.
Guardian.
Yeah.
I don't know if my sarcasm voice is different enough from my not sarcasm voice.
Thank you for shopping with Everett.
Yeah, I think you need to put a little more effort into it.
Yeah.
What can I do for you, Warlock?
It's like, it's different enough for anybody that knows you. But if they don't, they might be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. They're like, wait, why does Valor hate capitalism?
Yeah.
Middleman
Why
says...
is Valor a capitalist little slut?
Millman says, communists do not know what the economic definition of communism is. Yeah, I think that's absolutely true. Yeah, it sounds good in theory, like poopism. Hey man, I'm backing poopism just for the nomenclature, just because it's called that.
I mean...
If you start a political party, I will follow.
Yeah.
Anything based on poop cannot fail. A house of poop cannot fall.
I honestly think that it's because of people living in the city. Living in cities. Like, people live in cities too much.
What do you mean?
So they get ideas like communism.
What does that have to do with living in a city?
Because when you live in a city, you're completely reliant on not yourself.
Okay.
So you're like think a system where you don't take care of yourself is a good idea.
How is that different from the country? Like living not in the city?
Because in the country, you have to take care of yourself.
Do you?
I'm talking about like really rural, not like...
Like, give me an example of how you have to take care of yourself.
Like, if your truck breaks down, there's not a tow service you can call.
Okay.
You have to figure that shit out on your own. If something fails in your house, you have to fix it. There's
So
no
what
way
you're-
to come out there.
So what you're
basically.
saying is communism sprouts from people living in society and like having like government services?
Yeah, pretty much. Because they don't take care of themselves. So then they're like, I need someone else to take care of me, obviously. So
But I mean, you're paying a
why
price
not?
for it. Like, it's not like they're giving you handouts, you know? Like, if you call a tow truck, you're paying for it.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I'm not saying, like, you could still,
Like, okay, if you break down in the city and you don't have any money, you're still fucked. Like,
yeah,
it's,
exactly. So you want a system where you're not fucked if you break down the city. That's what I'm saying. That's where people get the idea.
interesting.
Because if they don't have money, they're fucked.
P. Dilla
Whereas,
says
like, if you...
communism, socialism, same difference, which is exactly what we were just saying is not true.
I mean, communism and socialism pretty much is the same difference because that's what it turns into every time.
Yeah. Socialism, you were saying that socialism is just a label and is not actually a thing because it always turns into communism.
Yeah, it's like a thing where it's like, oh, this exists in theory. And it's like, it's basically they're saying, oh, it's because it didn't work. It's like, well, if it didn't work, based on the countries that have tried it, and you're saying whatever they're saying, you know, about like, oh, because it has to be like worldwide or whatever. It's like, well, it'll never work. So what you're talking about doesn't exist. It's not a real thing. Like,
Yeah.
in theory, it's called socialism, but in practice, it's actually just communism.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're just giving it different labels. It's like the Marxist thing. Like them taking, they're like, oh no, we're not Marxists. Those were Nazis. Or not Nazis, but Soviets. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, we're way different. So it's a totally different thing. And they just change the label on it. But it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
The chat's,
And that's how you...
I got a lot
That's how you
of
get
chat messages
Nazi truth.
for you, BB. Says, Millman says, I blame biases from people such as professors and other higher figures. Tons of communists know that you can push your agenda through academia in order to get more people on your side. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. As a college student, I've met tons of professors that are sympathetic to communism or will imply that it is good. This is whilst I reside in a Republican state. Good job.
Yeah.
Patricia to you says, in the city it takes 5 minutes for cops to arrive, but half an hour to an hour in rural areas. Yeah. You gotta be more self-reliant. I definitely get what you're saying. I don't know if that's where communism sprouts from, but I can't say it's not either.
Well, I mean, okay, think about it like this. One of the things of communism is like basically that we should all just share resources, right?
Yeah.
So like you wouldn't get that idea if you lived out in the woods and were like making your own stuff, right? Like, no, I made this. I'm not giving it to you.
Yeah.
The person next to me just did a taunt where they sprinkled salt.
This chat's moving pretty fast. Are you near your laptop?
Maybe.
You should get in on this, because it's moving too fast for me to keep up with.
I can't. I'm not keeping up with it either, though. That sounds like so much work.
Okay.
That's too much for me.
Middleman says, many communists see socialism as the stepping stone to communism. It isn't uncommon to see a communist supporting socialist ideas. They know how to hijack social democracies to benefit their agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about that. Yes. That's the true. That's the true.
That's the true. That's the true. What did you think about that Cloud Atlas?
What did you think about it? I love that movie. I'm sure you have a lesser opinion.
I can see why people wouldn't like it.
It was
That's
too long.
not.
I'll give it that. It was a little too long. It was a long movie.
It's really long, and for, I would argue, at least most of the movie, it just jumps around, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, it just jumps from character to character, and you're like, is there any connection? Like, are these the same? Is it like a family line? Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. Really, the only connection is they're all like fighting against the current and fighting for a cause. Like, I guess that's not true of the Tom Hanks Halle Berry thing in the future.
Yeah,
But most of them were. Most of them are about
Well, I
fighting
thought-
oppression.
So what I thought it was is that they're, it's actually the same people over and over, but like reincarnated.
Yeah, that too. I meant more like
That's-
the overarching theme. But yes,
But,
I
like-
also think it's a reincarnation thing.
Until you get to that point, you're like, wait, what? And there's also, I think because they use the same actors for so many different characters, it makes it more confusing because you're like, wait, he's reincarnated as a bad guy this time? And it's like, oh wait, he's not that guy. That's just the same actor, but the person who's supposed to be reincarnated.
Life.
I don't think it is. I think it's supposed to be the same. Like, the hero of the story is always supposed to be the same guy.
It's a little
And,
late for this, but spoiler warning for Cloud Atlas.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it. It's a little late for that. I gotta do that Exodus thing to get the last.
Come to me.
I'll wait for you, my darling. Are you on SS also?
Yeah, I'm on Nessus doing a pubic event.
Ooh.
That's why I said come to me.
Okay. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
That's how you get exotics, and I'm doing it.
That's how you get Nazi Germany, and I'm not doing it. That's really cool what you were telling me about where the word Nazi comes from, though. I had no idea about that.
Yeah. And then people are, oh yeah, socialism's such a great idea, and you're like, yeah, like the Nazis, right? Such a great idea.
Millman says social democracy would mean that the majority controls the country. So let's assume that one U.S. state had a population of 100, which was greater than the other states. That one state would be able to control 100% of the country in a social democracy. Representative local governments are counterintuitive to wanting to take over all industries and bring down the state. That's a lot to digest. I'm gonna read that again. Social democracy would mean that the majority controls the country. So let's assume that one U.S. state had a population of 100, which was greater than the other states. That one state would be able to control 100% of the country in a social democracy. Representative local governments are counterintuitive to wanting to take over all industries and bring down the state.
I think he's talking about, like, oh yeah, you should talk to him about this, because that's like, here, let me switch characters.
Oh, you're already done with your public event?
Yeah, let me give my character a good old switching.
Okay, cool.
You sexy hoback.
What were you gonna say? That I should talk to Middleman about?
Oh, about the electoral votes.
Oh, electoral. Dude, I was actually thinking that when I was reading that, because he's talking about the majority controlling, like one state controlling stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know what my take on electoral college is.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
He doesn't. Let me read this other comment first, and then we'll get into that. P. Dilla says, let's just be honest here. The way the world is going, Democrats, liberals, globalists know how to destroy everything. through, I mean, through media and through just being fucking retarded and rioting and shit. It seems like it's being pretty effective. Like, their retardedness is actually working for them, which is sad.
It is.
And like we were saying earlier, I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
I think that oh, there we go. I gotta transfer all my best weapons back to this character.
I'm hanging out with Failsafe,
Captain,
aka best character.
Wait, hold on. I just got a trophy for. Oh, I think I got a trophy for getting exotics. Because yes, that's so funny. Oh my god, you can switch character. You can switch exotics between characters, and it'll count.
As getting exotics?
Yeah.
Wow, that seems like a bug. Oh my god, I just got so much good shit from fucking Failsafe, because I haven't been here in a long time, and I just traded in all my faction stuff with her.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm coming.
Yeah, come hang out with me and Failsafe.
Hold on. I gotta transfer one more thing. Give me a second. Let me pull my phone up. That wasn't it. There it is. I have legendary sparrows, and they're faster. So I'm gonna transfer one over here. And it matches my armor. So it looks super awesome.
Do you know what happens if your like weapon slot is full and you pick up a weapon?
I would guess it would go to the mailman.
Okay. That's good, because I've got all these exotics. I should just put my exotics back in the vault, because I don't use them.
Just put them in your butt.
Okay, I'll do it.
Hey, this public event over here is gonna happen soon.
Let's do it. I'll follow you.
Wee. Dude, check out my Sphero. Here it is. It looks just it's like my armor. My armor has like the yellow on it, but it's mostly white.
Patricia to you says, Republicans always have to clean up messes Democrats make.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I do. That's interesting that, like, I never thought about what you were saying, that you become too dependent on society and that's what leads to communist, like, thought. Like, if people were more self-reliant, they wouldn't, like, want to equalize wealth.
Yeah.
That's an interesting argument to make. Maybe that's why fringe areas are more Republican. Because it's
Well,
like
I mean,
more
it makes...
nationalistic over, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, I mean, it makes sense, like, if you think about just, if you try to separate your, like, what you think should be done and shouldn't be done, and just think about, like, how a society would work like that.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if it's a rural enough area, you probably don't even have a police force. Right?
If it's super fucking rural. I mean, I grew up in a rural town, and it was like, it had a population of like 2,000 people, which, I mean, there are more rural areas, but it's like middle Tennessee, Christian conservative area. And I mean, like, it still has general services, you know? Like it's not like it's not, it doesn't have society. Like you can get to a tow truck and the cops and shit. I mean, it was a town though. It's not like super fucking rural, you know?
So where I grew up, there was no police or sheriff or anything. If you needed the police, it'd be the state police.
Really? They didn't have
And
like a county police office?
No.
Wow.
The only thing that the government had there was the tow truck. I'm not
Interesting.
The tow truck, the plow truck for clearing snow.
Is Vermont a red state?
No, it's a blue state.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bernie's from Vermont.
Bernie is?
Yeah, he's the senator. Okay.
Nice.
Or,
I didn't know
yeah.
that. I knew he was a senator. I didn't know he was a senator of Vermont. That's funny. Oh, I mean, I'm sure not all areas of Vermont are like that, though, right? Like, there's probably high population areas.
Yeah, I mean, there's still areas that are like more. Yeah, not like that, but a lot of Vermont is pretty freaking rural. Which is funny
Dude.
that it's not a red state though.
That's
It's
how
kinda funny.
I feel about Tennessee. Like, I love Nashville, but everything in 100-mile radius of Nashville is shit. Like, there's nothing to do in Tennessee if you aren't near Nashville. Or Alabama, for that matter. Like, if you're in northern Alabama, like, you have to
It doesn't
drive
matter.
2 hours to do shit.
It doesn't matter where you go in Vermont, there's never anything to do.
Nashville's pretty great.
Church Street is nice though. If you ever go there.
There's a Church Street in Nashville, too, and it's, I took a picture of it, I'll send it to you. It's, the intersection for Church Street is directly across from Gay Street. So Church and Gay Street face opposite directions. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Was it planned? I really hope.
I hope someone did that on purpose.
I hope everyone did that on purpose. Everyone involved is like, yes. That's called yes.
Oh my god, these comments are moving too fast. I can't keep up with it and play the game. I'll check it in a minute.
In a minute. In a minute. In a minute. In a minute. I mean, I guess that would kind of ruin my theory that Vermont is blue. But they're pretty retarded in Vermont. So.
Maybe it's just an intelligence thing.
They basically try to keep. So Vermont is all about fuck big business. Keep it out.
Really?
But to the point where they're like gone full retard and they're just like fuck all business together. So they're like. There's a lot of. Like I think IBM is in Vermont, right?
When you say Vermont is like that, you mean like the legislation in Vermont, like the political figures?
Eat that anyway.
Yeah, the legislation, but also like the people who have to agree with it to some extent because they
Gotcha.
voted on it.
Yeah, they're the ones who put him in office. Yeah.
And they seem to like be happy about that. Okay, so a big problem that Vermont has is that Vermont's really, it's a really beautiful area, like the scenery, environment.
That is a problem.
It's a big problem. So a lot of people move there after they retire.
Like Florida?
Yeah, like Florida. But nobody moves there, like nobody does business there because they keep business out. There's a bunch of retired people who like basically don't pay taxes because they're retired.
Yeah. Wait, what? Do you get tax exemption for being retired?
No,
I
you
didn't
get
know
a
that.
lot of tax breaks, I think, though.
Oh.
Because you get like collecting Social Security and stuff. So it's
Oh,
like
okay.
kind of,
I got you. So it's not that they're not
Like-
paying taxes; they're paying less taxes.
Yeah, I mean, like
Okay.
they're paying a lot less and stuff.
Yeah.
So anyhow, like Vermont has a huge problem with like delinquency on taxes, so like people just not paying taxes
Yeah.
because they can't afford to, because a lot of the areas are like really rural
Yeah.
and just people with not a lot of money. And then there's the taxes are kind of high though, because you're supposed to have to pay for like a bunch of people that aren't paying the full amount in taxes because they're all retired. And then people can't afford to pay taxes, so then they don't pay the taxes. Which means taxes go even higher to pay for all the people who aren't paying taxes.
Right. You have to make up for the people who aren't paying taxes, so you tax everyone else higher.
Yeah. And that's, so it kind of just ends up this thing, and then it's like, okay, but there's no, like, there's no business to support people making enough money to actually pay these taxes.
Well, at some point, they gotta start bringing business in, or they're just, like, gonna get fucked.
Yeah, but they're like, no, fuck business. And then the other thing is that, which annoys at least some people, is that it's like, why the fuck are my taxes so high? Because so much of the state is so rural. It's like, there's mostly dirt roads in that state.
Wow.
So it's like, what the fuck am I paying for?
Yeah, exactly.
There's hardly any police. There's like no dirt roads. There's like no fire departments because they'd have to drive like a half hour to get to your house.
Damn.
So like, what's the point?
That sounds more, or at least the part.
So like, it's like, okay, so why the hell are these taxes so freaking high? Like, what the fuck am I paying for?
Yeah. And then you got federal tax on top of all that.
Yeah. But
Well, that
anyhow,
sucks.
That's where Bernie's from. So, if you want to hear about a really fucked up economy and Bernie's economic plan, there you go.
Dude, I love that meme you sent me when he was still a candidate, and it was like Bernie's economic plan, and it's just a power strip plugged into itself.
Yeah. I was figured.
I'm gonna read these comments.
Dude,
they're pretty backed up.
Let's go do your mission.
Okay, let me read these real quick.
You dirty little slut.
Oh my god, there's so many.
That's too many.
They're all paragraphs.
Some are 10 words or less. 10 words or less.
Yeah, start putting restrictions. Communists detest. Millman says communists detest the Electoral College because it was implemented to avoid an elitist government being controlled solely by one populous area. Constitutional republics aren't always a communist's best friend. That's Patricia to you says that's why they're pro guns. Can't wait for cops. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if you can't, dude, if the fucking cops aren't gonna help you,
Oh,
you take it into your own hands. Like, who else is gonna protect your family?
Yeah. No, and I mean, I've heard that argument before too, which I thought was a good argument.
Which is hilarious
someone
because you
thought-
said Vermont's a blue state, right? So that means they're not.
Yeah,
They're
Vermont-
anti-gun, also.
No, they're not anti-gun. They're not anti-gun.
Okay.
So Vermont.
I guess I
Okay,
shouldn't
here's the
assume
good thing
that.
about
My bad.
Vermont. You don't need a concealed carry permit in Vermont. You can just conceal carry. You're fine.
Okay.
And you want to know why though? This is going to be the best. You're
That's
gonna
also a
love it.
thing in Tennessee.
But here's why that's a thing in Vermont. Why? Because how would you conceal a rifle?
Oh.
So they're like, what do you
Interesting.
mean? Like, who cares? It's a rifle. What are you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
Because it's
Huh.
all just like farmers and stuff. So they're
Yeah.
using rifles. But then, because of that, you can conceal carry a handgun if you want. Because they just like don't give a shit.
What a sneaky little loophole. I don't know where the mission
How do you
went.
feel about that?
It was here a minute ago.
How do you feel about that?
How about
It's
that?
the blue. It's the blue. The blue like flag thing. Do it.
The blue flag
Do
thing.
it.
I just saw it a minute ago. Maybe I'm just derping. Relics of the Golden Age? I thought it was called something different. Oh,
like Exodus.
okay. My bad. Yeah, that's it. I should have read the description on it.
Exodus.
That's
How you
really
feel
funny
about
about the
concealed
concealed carry thing.
Do you think you should need a permit to conceal carry?
Do I think you should need a permit to conceal carry?
Yes.
So, do you have to have a permit for your gun in order to conceal carry?
That's what I'm asking. Do you think you should have to? You do in some states and you don't in others.
I think you need a permit in Tennessee. I didn't know there were states like that where you could conceal carry without a license. What, at that point, what stops you from, like, there's no screenings or anything? Like, how do you buy a gun?
What do you mean?
How would you get a gun?
What's
How
the
would you go
background
about... Okay, so you have to get a permit to buy a gun then, right? So if you don't have a permit for your gun, you bought it illegally?
check? No. It's a concealed carry permit. So the permit is for you to carry a concealed weapon.
So it's a
Not for you to
different
carry
permit. Okay, I got you. So there's two different permits there.
No, there's...
I'm
So, like,
confused.
in
I'm so
Colorado-
confused right now.
You don't need a permit to own a gun. You just go buy a gun, you get a background check. If everything's good, you get your gun.
Okay.
You don't need a permit.
Yeah.
If you want to carry your gun concealed, then you need a permit.
If you go through a background check, you don't need a permit?
What are you talking about? Permit for what?
For the gun?
You don't need a
To
permit
carry
to
a
own a
gun?
gun.
Really?
You don't need a permit to carry a gun. No.
I didn't know that. I've never bought a
That's-
gun before.
That's like a huge part of the First Amendment. That's why they can't do that.
Okay.
Like,
That's
that
news
would
to me.
be that would be a huge infringing on the First Amendment to say that you need a permit for a gun.
I'm really not sure how I feel about that, to be honest. I'm like kind of conflicted on it because fuck. I got distracted and lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
You think you should need a permit for a gun?
I don't know.
Or set of coordinates.
I don't know how I feel about that. Because, like, I don't think everyone should have a gun. Like, I feel like there are certain people that obviously should not be allowed to have guns. Like, people with, like, violent records and shit. People...
That's what the background check's for.
Okay, then, no, I don't think you need a permit. As long as people are getting, like, checked and stuff. I kind of... See, I thought it was the same thing. I thought, like, getting a background check was, like, for the permit. I didn't realize it was a separate thing. I don't know.
It's
If
a
you have
separate thing.
background
So
checks, I don't think
you-
you need a permit, no. As long as
you
you're, like,
would
buying
get
it
a-
legally.
Every time you buy a gun, you'd be getting a background check. So they just do a
Yeah.
background check.
No, I
real
don't think
quick
you need a
and-
permit. I don't think you need a concealed carry permit.
So you think, like, if you can get a gun, there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to conceal carry it?
No, I don't. I don't think there's any reason you should be able to do that. Why would you have a gun if you're not able to carry it with you and use it when you need it?
Yeah, I would have
Obviously,
to
I think there's certain areas, like zones that that probably shouldn't be a thing. Like obviously,
So,
I don't
for
think
cons-
anywhere in the country you can bring a gun into what's it, like a courthouse. I don't think you can
Oh,
bring a
yeah.
gun into a courthouse anywhere. I
like
might be
government building.
I may be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So, I mean, obviously, like, certain places, I don't think it's good to conceal carry. But even then, like, only very, very few cases would that be the case, you know? I think 9 times out of 10, you should be able to conceal carry.
I don't know.
Basically what I'm saying is, yes, I think you should be able to conceal carry, but I think there are certain places where that shouldn't be allowed, like certain buildings
I think
and
the
things.
only
Like,
place that shouldn't be allowed is
like huge concert halls and things like that, you know? Like if you're going to
No,
see an
I disagree.
event or something.
I think the only places that they shouldn't be allowed is
If I could have a word with the captain in private.
Oh, sorry, I was checking the thing. Is like military bases and stuff like that.
Or like a police
Because the thing
station
is-
or something.
Yeah, like it would have to be a place that's like you're not even really supposed to be there as a civilian. You know?
You're
Because
not
the
even
thing
supposed
is,
to be
if
there
it's
as a civilian.
It's like, okay, here's, you shouldn't bring guns to school, right? Because think of the children.
Okay, yeah,
It's like,
school,
oh, yeah,
school.
where
That's
do-
another
where
great
do
example.
Where do all the mass shootings happen? At the school, every fucking time.
Yeah.
Why is that? Oh, because there's no guns. So they can't defend themselves.
Oh, so you're saying that you should have concealed carries at school?
Yeah, so it becomes this thing of like, don't create these like safe mass shooting zones. It's like it's safe for you to go mass shoot over here because nobody's allowed to have a gun.
Okay, fair point. Yeah,
So it's like the
I
only
agree with
place that you shouldn't be allowed to have a gun would be like it's a military base. Trust me, nobody's gonna go in there and try to shoot the place up because all of the people who work there. have guns. But as a visitor, you can't have a gun.
So the places that have less protection are the ones where you should have concealed carries.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just in case a terrorist breaks out or like some shit. Then everyone and
Like,
their
oh.
dog will pull out their gun on them. Did you hear about...
like, oh,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, oh, okay, how about like concert halls and stuff? Like, okay, what about that guy in Orlando that shot up the nightclub? You're not supposed to have guns in nightclubs. So there's
Yeah,
another
fair
one.
enough.
So it's like,
Fair enough.
I forget, I think it's since 1950 there's been one mass shooting that wasn't in a gun-free zone.
Wow.
All of the other ones have been in a gun-free zone.
Failsafe still needs our help.
I changed my opinion then. You've convinced me. You've converted me.
Like, it becomes this thing of like, what, like you said, what is the point of, if you can't bring it with you anywhere, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I bought this for self-defense and I'm not allowed to bring it into any building or anywhere.
You're right. It
I
would
leave it
make
in my
zones
car.
safer if you had more guns.
Like, oh,
Like-
I leave it in my car. That way if somebody breaks into my car, they get to steal my gun. That's the purpose of my gun.
Did you notice when Ariana Grande's concert got bombed? It was like in Brussels. It was like it was in the UK. It wasn't in America.
Yeah.
You know why? You know why? You know why that?
Sega was pissed.
Because they don't
He
have
wasn't
fucking
waiting for her to
guns.
get back.
They don't have guns there.
It's true. I've heard from a retired police officer that he knows people in police forces in England, and they have guns. Not
Yeah.
police guns, but they keep guns with them. He said,
Oh,
like,
wow.
he'll have a little gun that he just sticks in his pocket. He was like,
I think
no,
he told me
fuck
about
no,
that.
I'm not just gonna have it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're asking me to go after dangerous armed criminals without any Yeah, okay, like that's one thing. It's not good to ban guns at all, obviously, because you're gonna have more mass shootings and shit. But it's a completely different issue to take guns away from law enforcement. That is some next level dumb shit right there.
The one thing that I can understand is if the idea is to, like... Because one argument that I've heard for here that I can understand, that I don't think is, like, completely ridiculous, is that, like, banning guns would work if there weren't guns to start with. You know what I mean? So I've heard people say that they're... I've heard people not... So I should explain, because that sounds a little ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Like, so I've heard people that will say, like, for example, they're not against guns in the U.S. because there's already so many guns here. But like, if you live on a little tiny island like Japan, and there's already like there aren't really guns there, like there's just really like there's nowhere to get them. So
Well, I
people
mean,
don't have guns.
They do though, like on the black market and shit. Like the Yakuza have
Yeah.
guns.
No, yeah, for sure, but much harder for them to get it because they're rare there.
To me, that's more reason to legalize guns, because now you have the only people who have guns are gangs. You know what I'm saying?
The police there have guns too. It's not like they don't. But I mean, the argument is to make it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't agree, but I'm saying like I understand this argument. It's
okay,
like,
I got you.
if you keep it completely illegal in an area that really doesn't have any to start with, you can basically make it difficult enough to get that. Sure, you'll have organized crime that gets them, but your everyday thug just is not capable of getting one of these because it's way too hard.
Yeah, but then organized crime like has a monopoly on organized crime. Like that keeps power in the hands of the people who have the guns. Like if you can't get a gun, but all the Yakuza have guns, then I mean that they have a monopoly on the gun market.
What?
And what I mean, why wouldn't they turn it into a business? Why wouldn't they say, "Hey, you can't buy guns here. Let's start selling guns to people."
Well, who's gonna buy guns then?
Anyone who is triggered and feels like shooting somebody. I mean, okay, so like if you legalize guns in Japan, then you could buy a gun without going to the black market, without going to, and then you can tax it too. So I mean, I still don't think it really works, and I know that's not your opinion. You're just saying you understand the mentality behind it, but I still think it's like I see why people would think that, yeah, but it doesn't work. I don't think there's any situation where banning guns is gonna work.
I mean, I think you're banning a symptom, not a. It's not the disease; it's the symptom. You know?
What do you mean?
Well, like people.
Guns are a
guns
symptom of violence.
safety. Yeah, like people are using guns to kill each other because it's a good way to kill someone.
Yeah, but if you don't have gun, you'll find another way to do it. You'll make a pipe bomb, or you'll just mix.
People have been killing each other.
Fertilizer with chlorine. Dude, yeah, I clean pools.
Yeah.
I could make so many fucking bombs with just this shit in my car. I probably shouldn't say that on a live stream just in case I decide to bomb something one day.
Yeah, then they'll know. Then they'll know it was you after you bomb it. They'll be like, we have live stream footage of you saying...
admitting to a crime.
Admitting to a crime. You're like, officer.
Guilty.
You weren't supposed to watch that. You're like, officer, it was my assistant. They posted that.
Yeah.
I was looking at that form.
That's not my voice. You can't prove that.
It's not my voice.
That was lazy. I got more comments to read as soon as I get a second. This is pretty fun.
Dude, go. Where's this stupid mission? I don't know what it is.
We're doing it.
Oh, it's these pulses. I forgot about this part.
I'm back.
I killed the feed. How did you do that?
Middleman says some schools in Texas have signs that say that they have guns and aren't afraid to use them to protect students. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Texas knows what to
good
do.
job, Texas. It's easier to restrict guns on islands because it's more difficult to smuggle weapons in. Traveling through land makes it easier to import guns from black market. Sure. But I mean, I think it's like 80% of the guns in America come from Portugal. So I mean, they're coming in. Sure, it's getting transported over land still because there's a lot of land to cover. But I mean, most of them are coming from overseas still.
But guns aren't illegal here.
Okay, yeah. I got you. And they're actually really dangerous because, like, they're just made in like fucking like just some dudes making them, and like
In his basement?
they backfire all the time. So like
Yeah.
these 9mm and like 45s that gangbangers use are subpar to like one you could legally buy.
Yeah.
Guardian down.
Eh. That's why I think it's so funny when people are like, "Oh, check out this gun! It's like super cheap." I'm like, yeah, probably don't do that.
Yeah, yeah. Don't buy the cheap gun. That's something you want to take an investment in.
Like there's a couple things that
Which is hilarious that Walmart sells guns.
you should really. Walmart sells nice stuff though. The guns.
I don't know, man. I feel like I was gonna buy a gun. I'd go to like a specialty shop. I don't think I want a Walmart brand gun.
It's not Walmart brand. They sell. It's gonna be the same stuff.
Oh, well, never mind then.
I know somebody who's like super into guns, and Walmart actually sells like really good ammo and stuff.
Interesting. Well,
I was like, it's.
First
never mind
I
then.
mean,
to come here since the Golden Age.
it makes sense though when you realize that like
Those old colony ships were on the
Walmart sells cheap shit because people buy cheap shit,
We get these fallen off
and people who are really into guns don't buy cheap shit for guns. So Walmart sells them the stuff that they do buy.
That's cool. I mean, like I said, I've never bought a gun before. I don't really know a lot about guns, obviously.
Yeah. So you're not their market.
They'll say
Yeah.
ship has seen better days.
So have I, Ghost. So have I.
I mean, obviously, I'm not opposed to buying a gun, but I've just never
Look at-
done it.
So this guy who I know is super into guns, he said, if Walmart doesn't sell it, you don't need it. He wasn't talking about guns, but he was just like,
Just in general.
yeah, if Walmart doesn't sell it, you don't need it.
Well, I mean, that's
funny.
true. Because like,
Yeah.
the question is, what quantifies need? Because if you're just talking about like food and toilet paper, then yeah, I mean, that's absolutely true. In that case, you could get anything you need from like a convenience store.
You can get anything you need from your butt.
Yeah, my butt is an infinite supply of all
It's
things.
the Wolverine of butts.
My butt is actually the opposite end of a
Prototype
black
for
hole.
Wolverine. I think
Like-
your butt is the prototype for Wolverine.
For Wolverine,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Remember how we were talking about how he can just eat himself infinitely?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
My ass is the void.
Do you
It's
think-
where all
wait,
things
hold
began
on.
and all things end.
Do you think black holes go someplace?
Yeah, they go to my
Or do you think
asshole.
they
I just said
compress?
that.
Do they compress matter or just go someplace? What do you think? Or
Uh,
like a little bit of both?
I mean, I think the idea that it goes somewhere else is cooler. But I also think the flat Earth idea is cooler. Like, I think the idea of a flat Earth is really interesting, right? Like, I think that's why a lot of people believe it, because, like, in concept, it's a really cool idea. Like, if someone were to write a book about it, or like a TV show about it, it would be really interesting to watch. Like, if that were the case, it would be really cool.
What if black holes are like four-dimensional? So that's why. So it is like, remember how?
Well, it
Neil
would kind of have
deGrasse
to be,
Tyson
right?
was talking about like an infinite amount of space.
Yeah, like a
If
fourth
you're-
dimension unlocks an infinite
Definitely.
amount, like a whole new.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, it is taking them somewhere, but not like teleporter. Like it's because it's like bending it through the fourth dimension.
Patricia to you says, then there's the argument of having guns to fight against a government that becomes tyrannical. Yeah, absolutely. That's what the whole gun thing was founded on. That's what the founding fathers made that for.
Yeah.
Was
I love
to
how,
rise up against, which is like it's crazy that people don't agree with that because America was founded on fighting a tyrannical government. Like,
Yeah, but dude, those people, they lived like 100 years ago. They don't know what they're talking about.
yeah, it's so
They're
outdated,
much smarter
bruh.
now. They're so smart now.
Yeah, 2017, totally full of smart people. Totally.
Yeah. We're so smart now, people are like calling each other racist, fascists and stuff and just punching each other in the face.
Yeah.
Over nothing.
Punching people in the face and saying they deserve it for being a Nazi. Like, ain't that some shit? Oh my god. Fucking... When that person got stabbed tonight at the Berkeley thing, at the Berkeley protest, this chick yelled out, "That's what you get for being a Nazi." I totally approve of just fucking stabbing random people. And then they were attacking this black guy who's conservative, and they're like, "You're a racist," and he's like, "How does that even work?" Like, how? And they're like, she said, and I mean, they always have the same argument. It's so cookie cutter, like, read off a script. She's like, what did she say? Oh, she said if you support a racist system, that makes you a racist. Keep in mind, this is a black guy she's talking to, and she's a white chick.
Yeah.
And he's like, "How could I be racist?" And she's like, "If you aren't..." And then she takes it a step further. She says, "If you aren't actively opposing the racist system, that makes you racist."
No, dude,
and he's like,
that.
And she's like, he's like, "By whose standards?" And she's like, "My standards." And he's like, "I don't give a fuck what you think. Fuck you." Like, they're so dumb. Like, they chant and they just yell and wee because they don't have an argument. They can't debate. Like, the guy was just trying to talk and have a civil conversation, and she just keeps calling him a racist, and then she goes back to her anti-Trump chant at a Ben Shapiro rally, who's not a Trump supporter. God damn, they're so ignorant.
No, but they're racist, so they're Trump supporters, and they're racist because they're Trump supporters.
I think, let me know what you think about this. I think labels are probably the most dangerous thing to the ideologue stuff. Like, when you can blanket term something, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. No,
when you call someone a Nazi, when you call someone a racist, when you call someone a bigot like that, it's just it's a straw man that works, unfortunately.
Well, the funny part to me is, bigot is probably the most ironic insult there is.
Do what?
Bigot.
Oh, yeah.
Because bigoted just means you're not accepting of someone else's ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. Like they really...
Dismissing someone's ideas by calling them a bigot is in and of itself extremely bigoted.
Yes, absolutely.
It's also like not much of an insult. So I'm like, yeah, I think your ideas are super dumb, so I'm not going to accept them.
Yeah, like, Jesus Christ, just go back to calling us Nazis again.
But that's just their, like, blatant term. Well, you're a Nazi, so it's okay for me to punch you in the face. Well, you're a bigot, so I don't have to listen to you.
Yeah.
Or come up with an actual argument.
I think 2017 is, like, the most interesting time to be alive, period, like, ever.
Yeah.
There's, like, so much going on right now in the world. And, like, obviously, like, our technology, like, people, I hate the fucking hipsters who are like, I wish I was born in the wrong generation. I should have born in a different generation. Like, anyone from those generations would love to be
they
born
just wanna
now
be a
in the
Nazi group.
with the fucking
They wanna be a
technology that
Nazi
we have
group.
today. Yeah, I guess so.
They just want to be Nazis.
I feel like we're like in the second 60s, like the second hippie movement. I feel like drugs are on the rise again. Like people just like
A lot of the from what I've heard, a lot of the stuff that is like really blowing up now is all started in the 60s.
yeah. Did you know Berkeley? I just learned this from watching Ben Shapiro. Berkeley was like the face of free speech at one point. Like they were like actually about that, like in the 60s. Like they had free speech movements and shit. And now they're anti-speech.
I can definitely see why a lot of people think that there's like, not a lot of people, but like there's a lot of conspiracy theories that like, about, you know, like Alex Jones and stuff. Like, oh, it's the globalists. Because it is like, why is it, you hear something like that and it's like, was Berkeley specifically targeted because it was all about free speech? So like, if we can take that down.
Like the pinnacle of free speech will turn it into an anti-speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, what do you think about like world order shit, like Illuminati, Freemasons, globalist conspiracy stuff? Do you think there's like a shadow hand government that's like controlling everything?
I don't really think it's like that, but I do think that it is like globalist controlling things. Because like, there's certain people or groups that are like just ridiculously wealthy. There's
like Islamic oil mongers that have like literally trillions of dollars.
well, not even like that, but like I think it's the is it the Rothschilds?
Yeah, the
That
Rothschild
family
group.
they own every single central bank in every country in the world except
That's
for,
ridiculous.
I think it was Cuba and North Korea, I think actually. Are the two that they don't. But like you hear that and it's just like you hear about these things and you're like, so
I said Islamic oil
That's
mongers,
it.
but I meant to say Saudi.
yeah. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's-
what I was saying is like, so like what do you do if you're that? Like
I'm sorry,
if you're the
what?
Rothschilds and you own every central bank in the world, like what do you do next?
I don't know.
You know? Because a lot of this stuff is like, okay, so all these like really wealthy people, like that's what they do. Like they don't do it because they want to have a lot of money. They do it because they're like obsessive, so they can't stop.
Yeah, it's like
Like that is what they do. Like you could say that's what they do for fun or something, but just like whatever you want to call it, that's all they do, like all day every day. So it's like, okay, so if you make all the money in the world and you're at the very top, like what do you do? How do you go, like where do you go from there? It's like, well, you like globalism, right? Instead of succeeding in all these other countries, you try to make it one big thing that you see, and then you own it all.
yeah, it's not enough that I own all the money. I need to own all the countries also.
But like, to me, it's like less of a conspiracy theory, and more of a like, well, like what else would they do? Because they're not going to just stop, because it's not in their nature. Otherwise, they never would have gotten as far as they did.
Yeah, they're just not that kind of people. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't even think it's like a big old conspiracy as much as it's like, well, what would you expect?
Yeah, that makes sense.
What do you think about all that?
So the answer to your question is yes, you do buy into that stuff.
Not in a way that,
not it is blown out and like stay woke Illuminati kind of shit.
Yeah, not in like a...
In a much more
Illuminati or-
reasonable, believable way, though.
Yeah, kind of like the whole, like universities and stuff. Like it was more liberal, which encouraged more liberal people to go there, which made it more liberal, etc. So it's like, it doesn't have to be conspiracy theory for it to work out like that.
Yeah.
But that is what's happening.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. To answer your question, I don't know. I don't really... Like, I have... Like, it goes back to the, like, the black hole thing you were talking about. Like, I don't know what... Obviously, I don't know what a black hole... What's inside a black hole. But I think I have a couple ideas of what would be cool, like, for a story. You know? And I definitely like the idea that it's, like... like, a big... globalist thing, and I think it's like you said, like, what else would you expect? Like, if you have all the money in the world, you have all the power, just by default, so why would you not make moves to conquer everything? If you're that kind of person.
Yeah. Because it's kind of like, well, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's like, well, I got time, so may as well.
Rockefeller says, I'm a commie.
Huh?
Get out of here.
Get out of here, you commie.
I gotta go talk to Tira Karn.
Talk to tearing it up, Karn. Tearing it up.
When I see something
Yeah.
like, I'm a communist, I like have to read it in a 13-year-old edgy kid voice.
That's the thing that I find so funny about a lot of these, like, groups and stuff. Because, like, remember that Charlottesville thing? That was actual Nazis, right? Like, they had actual flags with swastikas and stuff. That wasn't,
Yeah.
like, just name-calling. That was actually Nazis, right?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Or, well, okay,
So, like,
not, if you want to get super politically correct about it, they're white
neo-Nazis or
supremacists.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, or white supremacists, whatever.
we'll pretend that's
But,
different.
Yeah. Anyhow, that whole thing. Like, the second someone goes out waving around their swastika and stuff, it's just like, you've completely invalidated your opinion. Because you're immediately like, well, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
Like, why would you do that? Nobody likes Nazis. They failed. Like,
well,
there's no redeemable thing about this.
Nazis
You
like Nazis.
immediately-
So, I mean, if you're putting yourself in their shoes, they're like, I mean, they they believe what they say, you know?
Yeah, but like, you're not gonna... I guess it really is that, like the echo chamber thing of like, people don't even care as long as their own little group agrees with them.
Yeah, totally. That's, I mean, okay, like,
Because it's like, well, it's like the people that just yell, well, you're a Nazi and you're racist because you support Trump. It's like they don't care that it's not an argument. But they're actually, like, they're not actually making any arguments. Because they look good
yeah.
in front of their other retarded friends.
yeah.
Or their
It's
peers,
virtue
I guess.
signaling.
Yeah.
It's
I guess I should say peers.
it's look at me, look how not racist I am by punching this guy in the face
Yeah.
for his
But
ideology.
it's like it has nothing to do with actually understanding or wanting other people to understand or anything.
I like
It's
what
just
Gavin
like-
I like what Gavin said about male leftists. He's like, these guys are like sneaky and slimy. They're just trying to get in girls' pants because like they're just like virtue signaling, trying to get attention from these feminists. And
Yeah.
he was like, girls don't like that. girls don't like you to be a little white boy cuck. Like, be a man. Like, that's what women like. He's like, most feminists end up with, like, badass biker dudes. I thought that was really funny.
That's pretty funny. It's true.
That's the true.
That's the true. True. Did you do it?
I
Did you get
did
that
it.
stinky gun?
Yep, the
You
Sturm.
should try it out and see what you think of it, but
Dude,
I think that's good.
how many exotic weapons do you have?
According to the trophy I just got, I have 15. But I'm pretty sure that's from swapping them.
I know exactly what mine is because I have all of them on one character. I got 1, 2,
I think I
3,
can
4, 5,
I'll
6.
check my vault. I can check my collection. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guns.
Ooh.
And 1,
got more
2,
exotics than
3, 4 armor pieces. Oh, I guess 5 because I think I have a, I have an armor piece from. Oh no, 6 armor pieces because it's not showing my Titan and Hunter one that you get from the campaign.
Nice.
Because it doesn't show your other characters' exotics. Exotic armor. Make me a leader. I got a place for us to go.
Okay.
You should try Strum though, and see
Okay.
how you like it. And
I'll do it.
you can infuse it into your something. That's what I did because I was like, this gun sucks, but Sunshot is great, and that's a hand cannon.
Yeah. I don't know what I did with the drag. I probably need that
Are you ready?
if I'm gonna use the Sturm. Hold on.
Alright.
Oh, it's in my vault. Yeah, I'm good. Let's go.
I like the Meta mini tool and multi tool combo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's nothing special, but it's just like 2 really good guns.
Nice.
And it makes you like way faster, I think. You like move a lot faster. And it's just like 2 really good guns that work well together. Because the scout rifle and the submachine gun.
So basically, you run out your clip on the Sturm, switch to the Drang, run out your clip on the Drang, switch back to the Sturm. So you never reload.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I would see that being good for like PvP.
Yeah. That could be good. PPP.
Poopy P.
Poopity.
We need to start a poopism party.
Yeah. The poopism party.
Would you run for office?
For poopism?
Yeah, for poopism. Would you be the poopism candidate?
Yeah.
Would you be my running mate?
Huh? Yeah, I would. We could poop together. 2 of us pooping.
All day, every day.
Is that us, Chess? It is.
Guardian, if you're not busy, I could use your help. As you know, I have a wide network of informants. The Hidden. One of my agents saw the
Dude, she needs answers.
interacting strangely with the vets, and
Is she
then
gonna find him?
went dark.
Spoilers, no.
We'll take a look around. Maybe it's nothing.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck,
shit.
I fell too.
Oh yeah, a cool thing.
Where'd
I'm
you
pretty
go?
sure this. You can just go down here
Oh, okay.
and like. I think it leads back out. This planet's actually really cool. It has like little.
Crevasses.
Uh,
Just like
and it
you.
also has to
It has
take
a
it.
little crevice.
It has to take in.
Yeah. I'm gonna take your crevice.
That's pretty cool.
I like this gun.
Yeah.
It's
You
not
should
as good
use
as the Sunspot. It's pretty cool though.
it. I like the way it looks.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta shoot this thing.
Yeah. Get out of here, Wizzy Wizard.
Guys,
That does do a lot of
seems like
damage.
the Taken are trapping the Vex.
Yeah.
Why trap them? Are they trying to take them? Ikora, please. Without their king, the Taken
I like
Ikora,
it.
please.
possess even the most dim-witted of
I don't think
goblins.
it's my favorite combo, but
Challenge your assumptions, Asher Mir. It's
It is
almost
cool that
impossible
it's like a combo.
what actually happens.
yeah.
Also, how's the drag now that it's not garbage leg level?
Honestly, I haven't even used it yet. I haven't had an opportunity to. I haven't run out of a clip yet.
Huh?
I mean, you can just get one kill with the drag and then switch back. You know? Like it's not like
Yeah.
you have to keep using it, which is nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I like this combo.
And also, because of that, it makes the lack of ammo for it not as big of a problem.
Yeah.
Because it's just there to like reload your other gun. It's not really like you're thinking of the jigger.
I'm gonna say not best exotic, even with the Drang combo, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
One thing is you do have to get kills, so I don't think it's that great for bosses.
Yeah.
Like, you're basically still gonna have to reload if you're fighting bosses, but that's why you have a heavy weapon.
I'm with Ikora. Something strange is going on here, and the Taken do not want us around.
I don't remember. Oh, ooh. I didn't realize it did that. My gloves, melee attacks, grant energy to all of your abilities, and also helps recovery a little bit. Ooh, when's this event starting? Public pubic event.
I
Oh, like 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes. Screw it.
That's too long.
Screw it.
Honestly, the
think-
reload time on the strength
I'm picking up
strund
on a Vex
isn't even that bad.
broadcast. Seems like a distress call.
Like, it's not good,
Yeah, it's really not.
but it's not totally unbearable. Like, you could still use it without the Drang.
Yeah. And, I think Bear's mentioning that the Drang does that for the Strum, but the Strum does that for any energy weapon.
Yeah.
So it's not like... So you could use it that way. If you have an
Yeah.
energy weapon you like that just takes longer to reload.
Yeah. Oh shit, that might... Well, they're both exotics, that wouldn't work. Never mind.
Yeah. That's the thing about having an exotic as a, like... like supportive weapon is like, wait, but the other weapon I want to use isn't exotic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, get in my hole with me. Stupid asshole. Get in my hole, little boy. Nice arc generation.
Where's your hole? I can't find the hole.
It's gone. I'm sorry.
Hi, Cora.
Yeah,
I
get
think we found the taken knight behind all of this. He got away, but we're tracking him now.
That creature had the
So she got away.
Strange.
The one that got
Yeah,
away.
you've seen Cinderella, right?
A long time ago. Cinderella, Cinderella.
There's this part.
I just
where
remember
the
Aqua
guy-
going there.
The guy is so excited that the prince found a girl. So he's gonna knight the other guy for helping out with her. And the other guy's trying to tell the king that she ran away. Yeah, that Cinderella ran away. And he's like, what should I call you? And he's like, sir, she got away. He's like, sir, she got away. It's a very unusual name.
I don't remember that. I haven't seen that in a really long time.
It was great.
What's your favorite Disney movie?
Oh damn, I don't know. I gotta really think about that one. What's your favorite?
Have you seen Treasure Planet?
Yeah.
That's
your
probably
favorite?
my favorite, yeah. And then Lion King as a close second.
I think I prefer Muppets Treasure Island to the Treasure Planet.
Is that Disney? Is Muppets Disney?
No, but it's still just Treasure Island.
Oh, I see what you did there.
So there's this book, Treasure Island.
Yeah, Treasure Planet's based on it. Or it's like a
Yeah,
like a
and
nod at
Muppets
it.
Treasure Island is also that.
Nice.
So
I should read
I think-
Treasure Island.
Yeah.
I still gotta finish Heart of Darkness. Dude, it's such a thick read. Like, it's not that it's long, it's just so... It's not an easy read. Because
The
like, the
words.
dialogue is very old world.
Like Shakespeare.
We're just outside of
Yeah,
the
it's hard to get
Lots of tape.
motivated to continue it.
Any news from your
It's
agent
really
lately?
good, it's just, like, very
I'm afraid the
dense.
Hidden have not been able to penetrate that base.
Ooh, no penetration.
Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you. I started reading Lord of the Flies again. And I was
Yeah.
reading the opening statement where he talks about why it's not girls. And I gotta... I'll just find, like, the whole quote for you at some point. It's pretty
How does
great.
that make you feel?
I mean, he was basically saying all of the same stuff that we were. He's like, little boys, if you break down society, little boys mimic it better than a society of little girls would. And he's like, I don't know why that is, but, like, little boys are representative of society as a whole more so than little girls, is basically what he was saying.
It's because of the patriarchy, dude.
Yeah, dude. Totally. As you know, there's no biological difference between men and women.
Yeah. Dude, that was such a funny interview. Because it was so, like...
Which
I
one?
mean, that's the part that blows my mind. That one with Peterson. where that
Oh, the
person was
debate?
there to, where it was like a news station or something. that person's like, there's no biological difference. Scientists agree that there's no biological difference or something.
I've heard people say that to him,
It wasn't
but
the debate, it was the other thing. It was like some news thing. It was pretty funny.
Huh.
Anyhow, I like, this is the part where I'm like so weirded out by the whole thing of like, I don't understand how, oh, there's a public event here, let's do it. Like, I don't understand how people can make these ridiculous arguments and, like, be taken seriously.
yeah, and it's like clinical scientists saying that. Like it's the people who teach classes on social science are the ones who are saying this kind of shit. The people in authority, the people who are supposed to know what the fuck they're talking about.
There's no biological difference. Like, yeah, there's no physical difference between having a vagina and a penis.
Yeah.
Like, oh, isn't that the difference? No. It's like when people are like, oh, there's no difference between races. And so you wouldn't be able to identify, like, there wouldn't be racism if that was true because you wouldn't be able to identify people as being different races. So there's at least an aesthetic difference.
To say, to say there's no difference between races, that sentence doesn't even make sense. That
you know, you can say there's no like
psychological difference.
Yeah, or like it doesn't correlate to any kind of ability or anything like that.
Right, but you can't say that there's no difference because then there wouldn't even be a word races.
Yeah, like
you can't just blanket term it like that.
Yeah, like you wouldn't be able to differentiate between different races if there was no difference. That doesn't make sense.
Right.
It's like, what the hell's his name? Was it Augustus? I don't remember who said it. Maybe it was Aquinas. But he was saying like that, like basically God has to be everything because,
I think that was Aquinas.
and he was saying that like that's why there's one God, because if there's anything that he wasn't, then that would differentiate, and you could have another. There could be another.
Well, how do you feel about Hinduism? Because it's like it's a polytheism, but it's actually technically a monotheism because every god is a reincarnation of the same god. It's like personas basically. It's like the same god adopting different faces.
It's like the many-faced God.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
It's definitely an interesting thing.
I mean, that's just a way that I feel like it's a loophole to what you're saying. Like with Hinduism.
Kind of the same thing,
yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's still a monotheism.
It's like it's just one thing that has many
components.
parts.
Yeah. Actually, you're right. It's not a loophole. That's a prime example of what you're talking about. Yeah.
I like the
Hinduism's really neat. You like Buddhism?
Yeah, I like Buddhism. I've never heard anything about it that I didn't like.
Buddhism's
But
great.
I've also never heard
it's more of a philosophy than a religion.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone argue against it, I guess, though. So I don't know if there is, like...
Well, there's this really good book called Siddhartha, which is a tale about Buddhism in India written by a German dude in Germany. Anyway, it's a really good book though. He's a Buddhist, and it's about this kid Siddhartha, and he goes and visits Gautama, which is the Buddha, as they say, and he goes and visits him, and he's like, I respect you, and I like your ideology, but I don't agree with it. And Gautama's like, well, don't follow me then. Go out and live your life, and eventually you will come to understand that I'm right. All paths lead to the same place. So it's not like an organized religion. It's a philosophy. It's a way of life kind of thing.
Also, I really like the idea that it's like all paths lead here, as opposed to like this is the right path.
Yeah. It's like this is the only path.
It's the end of paths, almost.
Yeah. Buddhism's awesome.
I like, I think it was Buddha has a quote that says, like the difference between like and love. And like, if you like a flower, you pluck it, but if you love a flower, you will water it.
Yeah.
And so understanding that is like, understanding the true meaning, it's like.
Yeah.
Like understanding the difference between that. I was like, that's really nice little quote.
That quote is used like in reference to like it's an allegory for like romantic love, right? It's like
Yeah, that's why I pee on you all the time.
yeah, pee on me.
And then you're always like, would you help me pluck my eyebrows? And I'm like, no way, fag. You're like, ah.
Do you know that video?
You know that Resident Evil 4 me?
Which one?
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
With, it's like the end of Resident Evil 4 where they're riding back on the jet ski.
Oh yeah, and he's like, "You faggot," or "No faggot," something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best. The expression on his face, so good.
Yeah. It's so good.
It's some kind of dimensional rift. The Taken must have
Ooh.
used these to abduct the Vex.
You like this mission? It's all about the Taken. Dude, this effect with the holes is so good.
Yeah.
However did they do that?
Yeah, it's so trippy to look at. Like, stand directly over it and look at it. Would you look at it? Just look at it.
Like, doesn't stay still. But it's also like, if you stand directly over it and look at it and move around,
Yeah.
it's like, wait, what? Like, what am I looking at?
It's so trippy.
It's so good. Yeah, it's taking best girl. Wait, how do I get in there? Can I shoot these? That doesn't work. It says continue deeper in the base, but I guess go back this way?
Maybe that's the wrong door.
That was back where he came from.
I think so too.
Oh, maybe it's like...
Oh, is this just
that
loop
was a
around?
little offshoot. Yeah. So that was a little offshoot, now it's like go deeper. Like that was...
Go
an
deeper!
offshoot. Go deeper. And you're like... Gotta bust out some Pokemon. There's no more PP for that move. Can't do that move, there's no more PP. Can't deeper, there's no more PP. No more.
I forgot that the SP was called PP in Pokemon.
Pokemon's so funny.
I like to think that those sneaky Chinese knew what they were doing. They're like, heh, PP.
Perhaps the Taken have invented law and order.
Heh, me play joke.
Save your will for later.
That's
Where are
exactly
you?
what they said.
Mindful guardian.
I'm getting my hole, little boy.
I don't know how you got over there.
I don't know, but I'm just like wrecking off.
I'm still inside. I don't know how to get the fuck out of here.
You should get inside me.
Climb inside my hole.
I wish there was more Hellbenders.
Yeah.
That's all I want in life.
Would you sacrifice Oni plays for more Hellbenders?
If they came out regularly, if it was like once a week,
Yeah.
forever.
100 years of Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Not like Rick and Morty with its little seasons, and then you have to wait for April Fool's Day. It was like every single week, Rick and Morty, Tony plays. And I'd be like, yes. How about you?
Yeah, I
You
love
sacrifice?
Hellbenders. Yes.
Because Hellbenders isn't just Chris Oni. It's also Zach Pebbles.
Yeah. I like Zach more than Chris, actually. I also like Ding Dong more than Chris. I don't like Spaz Kid more than Chris.
Spaz Kid?
It's Julian, right?
No, Julian's not Spaz Kid. Spaz Kid,
Oh, that's Corey.
he's the one
That's right.
Yeah, it's Corey.
Never mind.
You don't like, wait, you don't like Corey more?
More
Even
than
after
Oni?
Corey was like, even after Corey was like, Shantae is so hot, that's why I drew, wait, who did you draw? Risky eating out her ass.
Not more than Oni,
You
no.
remember that?
Yes, I do remember
You
that.
remember that?
Oni's still better.
And he actually did draw that. Oh, that's so funny.
The Taken are transforming the Vex.
And then Shad above Corey, too.
That's suicide.
And then Corey above Julian. And then Julian above Game Grumps.
Dude, Chad's too funny.
Yeah,
Did I
Shad's
send,
the
did I
man.
send you that Powerpuff Girls song?
Yes, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I like the Rick and Morty one, though, the Simple Rick's daughter.
Yeah. He was like, how come there's only 3 candles?
Shouldn't there be
There should be
18?
18. And then her with the horse, he's like, that's very interesting. That's important.
Yeah. You should draw that. You should draw that couple.
I'm pretty sure he already drew the mom getting it out with the horse.
Wow.
So,
Wait, he drew them all getting fucked by a horse?
I think so.
Oh my god. That is amazing. I wonder if it's on Shad base. It's gotta be. I'm sorry, I need to check.
You do have to check that.
Like right now.
I'm pretty sure he drew that. I think, isn't that one of the things he usually draws his horses?
I've never seen him draw a horse. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen. How do I get to like just the main page? Because it's got to be pretty new.
I don't know.
There's Raven from Teen Titans. That's nice. I like Raven.
I like how I never caught on that Teen Titans was like, there's a thing that's called Titans, and they're not teen.
What?
Do you remember when we played DC Universe online?
Yeah.
And Raven shows up, and I was like, wait, that's adult Raven? And you were like, yeah, no, that's just regular
Oh. Yeah.
Raven. I was
No,
like, wait,
they're-
what?
Yeah, no, they're still called Teen Titans, but they're adults. And they're not just called Titans. So I didn't. Okay, so I didn't find her getting fucked by a horse, but
Yeah.
I found Morty fucking his mom. Drawn by Shad.
So funny.
It says, Morty, fuck your worthless mother, you little motherfucker. And Morty says, shut up, Mom. Don't make me knock you out.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
Do I need to send it to you?
Hold on. I need to see.
You know, Jessica, the girl Morty likes?
Yeah.
There's a picture of her with a giant cock. It's called Jessica's Little Mortys.
I need to see that one. I need to see both of them. Send me the link.
Okay. Alright, first up is Morty fucking his mom. Everyday stuff. And then here's the next one. I think they do a lot of these where they'll like draw a normal one and then draw her with a huge dick.
Oh, that's just the thing he does.
Yeah. That Morty one's too good.
I'm already one so good.
I couldn't find the horse one. I'm sorry.
Hold
I know
on.
I know you're looking forward to it.
I was so looking forward to it. Well, that's where our conversations go.
Mm-hmm.
Check that out.
Oh my god.
How about that?
It's loading.
But wait, there's more.
Oh my god, this one where they're getting fucked with a horse just keeps going. Oh my god, the last one. No, don't look at me, Morty.
So good.
Oh my god, there's another one.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I love when it does the x-ray, like shows what it looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Here's what it looks like inside.
Oh my god. That is too funny.
Chad's so funny.
Yeah, Shad, I don't know. It might go Zach and Shad. I'm not sure.
Yeah. You're just too good. That Powerpuff Girls one though. So good.
Yeah, did he draw that?
No. Somebody apparently they like rebooted the show and it's super weird now.
Yeah. I've seen a little bit of it. I saw the pilot.
And
They
like
did the same thing with Teen Titans. Have you seen that shit?
no, I mean like I heard Teen Titans is just bad, but like Powerpuff Girls is weird. Like one of the writers self-inserted him
Yeah.
as like
I saw that.
yeah, you saw that?
Yeah.
Like
He made himself
That's
Blossom's
weird.
boyfriend.
yeah.
I really liked
That's,
Powerpuff Girls, the original.
Powerpuff Girls is like the most anime thing that is an anime.
Yeah. Besides Panty and Stocking. No, you're right.
Panty and
Powerpuff Girls
Stocking-
is more anime than Panty and Stocking.
Panty and Stocking is the reverse. Panty and Stocking is the least anime thing that is actually anime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know. I always wonder about that kind of stuff. Like,
Asher, what was it you just said? That it's
how do you define that kind of
suicidal
stuff?
taken to turn the Vex into scary void.
What do you mean?
Like,
Completely suicidal.
like a
Vex
JRPG?
infect whatever they touch. Their self-replication subroutines would consume the taken
What are you
Because, like,
asking?
to me,
inside out. Perhaps
like
they
how
simply don't realize the
people
dangers.
define like a JRPG.
Or perhaps they do. And
I
it's
still
a
don't understand
it.
calculated risk.
No.
A JRPG.
Yeah, like it's a Japanese RPG.
Has to be it.
Right, but like,
Meet with Asher. We'll try
is
to
that the
understand what it is
style,
while you're
or
on
is
your
it
way.
if it's an RPG that was made in Japan?
Oh. Well, I mean,
Because like to me,
technically, if it was an RPG made in Japan, it counts. But I know what you mean. There's like a style to it.
like, because to me it's a style. Because otherwise, what are you talking about? Like, you wouldn't use that to define it otherwise.
Well,
Like,
is
like,
Dark
it's
Souls a JRPG?
That's, to me, it isn't. To me, I'd say no, it's not.
It's an Americanized JRPG.
I mean, it's not really
I-
a JRPG.
I get what you're
in
saying.
style.
In its style, it's not, but it is though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's like,
That's like saying Little Witch isn't.
it's like, oh, what's The Witcher? And it's like, oh, it's a Polish RPG. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, that's
Like,
not.
what the fuck does that mean? Like,
it
what
mean-
is that
It
as a
means
game?
best grill.
Like, I mean, it was made in Poland. It's like, and how is that relative to what the game is?
Yeah. Oh, you can just walk through this. I thought it was a force field.
Oh, I thought it was too. I always get lost.
I
in
feel
it.
like it was a force field for a minute.
Yeah.
I think I tried
Maybe
to walk
after you
into it
come
and it
in.
didn't work. Ugh.
Yeah, I just feel like, because I
Is
feel
that
like,
you? Are you invisible?
yeah, I came back though. I'm back.
How'd you turn invisible?
Welcome back. It's because we left one of those areas.
Oh.
So the area where you like respawning is restricted or something, it like instances you off and you like turn invisible for a second, like you like transition.
Gotcha.
So like if another player was out here and saw you go in there, you would just disappear.
I see. You know where we're supposed to go? What are we doing?
Hold on a second. I'll find it, babe. Yeah, I was just like, I always thought it was weird because, oh, we can just teleport back. Yeah. Fast travel, yay.
Where are you fast driving to?
Hold on, let me reopen my map.
Oh, I see. I got it. You're going Pyramidon, the Rupture.
Yeah. See if we can make it to, let's see if we can make it to that public event real quick though.
Okay. I probably need
Before
to
we
go
talk
back
to him.
soon. I don't have a ton of work to do, but I do have to work tomorrow. But then I've got Saturday, Sunday off.
Nice. I got,
I'll probably be back pretty early tomorrow, unless I sleep
I
in
got
super late.
Saturday. Got Saturday off.
Maybe I
Get
will
over here to the
sleep in.
public
That way
event
we can
quick.
just stay up all night.
Hurry, hurry.
I'm coming.
Public event.
It'd be cool if we do the raid this weekend.
We can try it. I mean, it's only 260, right?
Apparently it's pretty easy. It was completed 6 hours after release.
Capture, destroy. Either way,
That doesn't sound
get
that
out of
easy.
here.
Well, I mean, people had to figure it out. Like,
Yeah,
that one's
I
so
mean,
cool about the Vault of Glass, is like, no one knew what the fuck to do for like a week.
Okay, so having played
There
that
were, like,
though, and
Reddit forums
The other
about
day.
it. Sorry, go ahead.
was it that people just like there wasn't as big of a community that tried to figure these things out?
I'm sure
Like,
that
people
played a
just didn't
factor
know
into
what the
it,
fuck
yeah.
they were
Yeah.
Or like when you go through it, is it actually like, yeah, this one's weird compared to the other one?
I was actually talking to Joey about this earlier. He said that that the reason that one took so long is because there had never been a raid before, and then when the second one came around, people kind of knew what tricks they're up to and what to look for.
Yeah.
So it's more
I
like
mean, yeah, that's-
there was a lack of information Just no one knew what the fuck was going on. What is this new thing called a raid?
Well, so yeah, like people even had to figure out like what is
A
like,
raid?
well, wait, yeah, like what is a raid? And like wait, suddenly my fire team's not big enough.
Yeah.
Like
That's the only thing you can do is 6-player party, right? Pretty sure.
I think so.
Even House of Wolves was like 3, I think. It was like normal size.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever do
Did
House
you
of
like
Wolves?
House of Wolves? Yeah.
I
did, but
played the fuck out of it and got nowhere in it. Like, I played it so much for like a week and then never got anywhere. Like, never really got anything from it, never really...
You tried so hard and didn't get very far off.
Yeah. I tried so hard, and then Hillary killed me.
So funny. I mean, it's not funny, but also it's really fun.
Yeah. It's not funny, but you see the comedic value in it, which is healthy.
Yeah. Dude, imagine if you died and like, it was just everybody being sad all the time about you being dead.
That'd be sad.
Yeah.
Did you watch Vsauce on Pebbles podcast?
Yeah.
Remember when he was talking about
Ramirez?
About what?
Ramirez? And 4 Dimensions?
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say when they were talking about the afterlife, and it's like, would you want to look at what's going on? Like, would you be a ghost? And he's like,
Yeah.
I think it'd be disappointing because you'd find out that people don't care as much as you think they would. Like people be sad, sure, but then, like, you know, they go about their lives and forget about it, because that's what happens. That's life.
Yeah, life goes on. That's life.
Life goes on.
That's death.
That's death. I knew you would know what I meant.
Yeah. I'm glad you caught on exactly, like, instantly when I said that.
Of course.
That's
That
one
is
of
like
my
our
favorite
most
videos
referenced things
here.
ever. We probably don't reference anything else more than that. Yeah, dude, I love where our conversations go. It's so great. We're talking about politics to North Korea, and then we got on Shad Base and started looking at Rick and Morty porn. So good.
Ah, my assistant. The so-called you. You're late. The Pyramidion is the engine with which the Vex intended to convert Io into a machine world. There are warp gates inside which connect the Pyramidion to thousands of different places and realities. In your luxurious absence, the Yes, we are done.
Alright. Ready for the next part of the quest?
This is why
I like this because it's all taken.
That's a good. Was this the exotic weapon quest?
I think so, for this planet.
Nice.
So, I mean, taking best grill, right? So this exotic has some pretty high expectations to live up to, right?
Yeah.
What if it's an exotic sword?
Oh man. The boners would be endless. Endless boners.
We have a good view of the Pyramidion. I can see Taken in the distance, just inside the construct.
I think it's funny how
The king who created the
people don't like, people are like butthurt about
Imagine the devastation the Taken
like them changing the planets. Like they didn't bring back all the old
Imagine
planets.
the devastation your
assistants would feel, Ikora. When
It's
you
like,
face a war,
oh, so you want all the rehash shit from last time.
assistant.
That's what
Do
you
not
want.
venture deeper
Yeah.
than you must.
That is what they
Like
want.
like even Earth is a different area, which is great.
They're like, I don't like change.
Stop it.
I don't like change.
Spoilers, these planets are better anyway. Titan's great.
Yeah.
And Nessus because failsafe.
Yeah. This is pretty cool too. I'm liking this.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just Vex and Taken together. OTP.
OTP. Yeah.
OPP. That's just me saying, oh, penis. That's not an acronym.
Assistant, don't
Dude,
die.
what if you were like a spaceman and you traveled to another planet and there's just floating platforms?
Shit, I fell.
Like
Fuck.
floating rocks and shit.
I really wish that would have killed me. That way I wouldn't. I would have just respawned up there. And I have to walk
I
all
really
the
wish
way
I
up.
was just dead.
Yeah.
This message approved by Trev. Dude, what if Trev ran for office? Just like,
He wins and then
yourself.
kills himself.
huh? Like, well, better kill myself. That's his campaign promise, to kill himself.
And people are like, yeah! Yeah! Whoa!
He becomes famous as the first politician in history to actually uphold a campaign promise.
That was really funny when I don't remember what we were streaming when Trev was there, and we were starting. What were we even talking about?
Best death?
Oh yeah, yeah. And he was saying it's like
Was that it?
subjective, and you were like, no, no, stop it, stop what you're doing, dude. I have no idea how to get to where you're at.
Dude, that's because that's how you get Nazi Germany. Peterson's always talking about how that's what they think. Everything's subjective. So there's an infinite number of possible,
I don't think I'm going the right way.
like, interpretations.
Yeah,
Dude, this is
Of course we're
awesome.
at the top of an impossible cliff.
I have no idea how
Why
to
would it
fucking
be
get
anything
there.
else?
Can you see me?
Yeah, I don't know how. I fell off, and I don't know how to get back up.
It's okay. But please get up here because it's awesome. I'm looking back over the whole area that we were just at, but it's like from way up high.
I want to be there. God damn it! How the fuck?
Get up here. I can see you.
Are you shooting at me?
Yeah. Can you see me?
Yeah. Do you know how to get up there from where I'm at? Because I sure as fuck don't.
You gotta climb the
Do you climb the
pyramid
exterior?
staircase. Yeah, you climb out on the exterior for a little bit and then you go into the interior.
Okay.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I found it. I did it. I was trying to climb just the exterior, and I actually made it pretty far.
Nice.
Yeah, what if you're a spaceman? There are all these floating platforms. It's like, who put these there?
But also how it would do.
Dude, what if they thought they discovered intelligent life because they saw, like, these structures that were, like, perfectly, like smooth? Like, they'd been, like, cut
Yeah.
stone or something like that, and it's like, no, that's just how things are here.
Yeah. Like, fucking... Is it Neptune? There's some planet that it's basically... I forget. I think it's like... It's like a storm of, like, diamonds or something on the surface of the planet.
Oh, this is cool. So pretty.
I read once the traveler is the most studied object in human history. The people of the Golden Age tracked its movements from planet to planet.
I guess go down there.
To understand everything
Oh shit. Can I? Oh, I can't summon you. I'm gonna hop down the side of the pyramid. See if I can make it. Do 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 do. Oh shit, oh shit. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm right behind you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still on. I'm going further. Oh.
Do it. You can do it.
Oh. Oh.
I believe in
Oh.
you.
Ah! Dude, I did it. Dude, I did it. I made it all the way down. Yes. That was awesome.
That was great.
It's so, like, slippery.
What was... Oh, yeah, there's some planet, though, it's like... The atmosphere is mostly carbon, and it's, like, super dense. So it's, like, super compressed, I think. So they're, like, it should theoretically just be, like, a bunch of shards of diamond.
Nice.
Or something. But it's like, you'd just be, like, ripped apart if you actually went there.
Fuck. Yeah, I guess, like, that sounds nice. It's like, ooh, raining diamonds from space. It's like, yeah, that would fucking hurt. Not as good as you think.
Yeah, there's some, interesting... When left to its own devices, nature makes some pretty crazy shit.
Yeah, like humans.
Yeah. Isn't that like the craziest thing to think about? Is that humans occurred naturally? As far as we know.
Yeah, as far as we know. Like, I mean, I like to take, I know you do too, but I like to take like the skeptic Diogenes approach, and like I just don't know anything about even reality, like anything at all. But I still think the idea is really cool, that like one thing that makes sense to me, and obviously I don't know this, but that there's a difference between
penises and vaginas?
yeah, I don't know that for a fact.
Well, I think.
Pretty sure. I was gonna say that there's something clearly weird about consciousness that separates us from other animals. Like there's the part of you that's your body, and I think that's like that occurs naturally. Like this weird ape controller, weird four-limbed ape controller that you use. But like I think, did you see 2001: A Space Odyssey? Because that's actually kind of what that's about.
What the fuck? Oh, dude. That's what I'm on here. About ape controllers?
Yeah, so these monkeys, they...
Are the monkeys from the beginning?
Yeah, the monkeys, they see the monolith, and they go up and touch it. Or this one monkey goes up and touches it, and, like, basically the idea is that's the origin of consciousness. Like, he touches it, and then becomes sentient. And then, immediately after that, another tribe of monkeys shows up, and that monkey who touched the thing picks up a bone of a pig and uses that as a weapon. And it's like, oh, the beginnings of civilization. Using tools, simple tools.
Using tools to kill each other. That's civilization in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And then there's people that want to ban guns. Like, dude, you don't even understand.
Yeah, and I really like that movie, because at the end it's, like, okay, monkeys develop simple tools, and they're, like, beneficial to them. And then,
I remember the
at
sound
the end,
was off when you screamed it. That's what it was.
The sound was off?
Yeah, the sound was off. It was like there was a weird delay to the sound.
Oh, I thought you meant there was
And
no
it,
sound.
no, I didn't mean like off like that. I mean like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
off as in weird. Yeah, there was like this weird delay to the sound, and it made watching it like really annoying.
Was that the only time you've seen it?
I only saw part of it because I stopped partway through because I was like, this is just really like annoying.
I think it's a super good movie. At the end, it's like the AI takes over the ship and tries to kill him, and it's like it doesn't like spell all this out for you, which I like. It's like assumes you're smart enough to figure this out on your own, which is good. I don't think movies these days give people enough credit. I don't like being baby stepped through everything. But at the end, it's like the tools that man built like turned against them. Like they became so advanced. Like it starts out with using a bone as a weapon, but then they have AI, advanced AI and shit, and it turns against them. And it's like, look how far we've come.
I have something to say to you, Guardian, and
Nice.
if you would,
Yeah.
I'd like to say it in person.
Yeah.
Are you finally going to thank us? Sure.
Also, Interstellar ripped off 2001 really, really hard. Like, really hard. There's at the end he goes through a wormhole thing and basically has an encounter with God, which is symbolically kind of what happened in Interstellar. But in Interstellar, the twist was that they're God. It was put in place by them, which is a nice twist. I like that.
Yeah.
But he yeah, it's Frosty as fuck. So it's like he goes into this black hole, and then all of a sudden he's in like this white marble room with all these paintings, and there's just an old man sitting there, and he's like still standing there in his spacesuit, and then it cuts to him as an infant in a womb. It's fucking awesome.
Huh?
That's the end.
He turns into a baby?
Yeah.
When we first met, I presumed
He
you
went
were
through
quite
a black hole and came out the other end.
I'm sure you understand why. But
He came out my end?
You have
Yeah.
disproved my hypothesis.
Did you feel it?
Succeeded where I failed.
Are you feeling it
Yeah.
now, Mr.
Entered the
Krabs?
pyramid-
Ooh. Alright. Mr. Krabs is always feeling it. That's my take on it.
You're not hearing me, Sloan. There's nothing to suggest. I don't know. Get someone to explain the big words to you.
What the hell? What the hell? What the pooper? What the pooper scooper?
Oh, what the shit?
What the
My calculations are correct.
I'm really confused because that's the end of that quest.
Ever spiraling complexity.
Is that it?
Their simulations are potentially limitless.
Maybe.
Is there no erotic from there?
Maybe.
That's just it?
I am not a museum specimen.
Maybe.
No mo? It's all gone now? It's all ogre now?
Did you just get hit by a car? Maybe.
Maybe.
Going to pass along my data if you think it will free us from this graveyard of a system.
Guess that's all she wrote. Alright, I'm going back to the tower. Are you ready?
Yeah. Yas.
This is why I work alone.
Well, actually, I should see if this guy has anything for me that turns stuff in.
You need something?
Yeah.
Just from this graveyard of a system.
Is that what I think it was? Eh.
Yeah, Titans kind of look like shit. Their armor's so mismatched.
That's why I work alone.
Yeah. Kind of a little
Warlocks.
poo-poo.
Oh, dude. My
Yeah?
hunter's ass.
Yeah?
Do you, like, I guess because it's cloth armor. Like, Titans are sexy.
Are potentially limitless.
Or not Titans,
Your
hunters.
Titan?
I meant hunters.
Oh, tell me about your hunter's sexy ass.
It's pretty great.
Are we having a
Does your hunter have sex ass?
Ooh, suck ass?
Yeah.
The sucks ass? I like how your armor at the beginning of the game looks super decorative. And then, like, later on you get better stuff, but it's like, you gotta be legit.
Yeah.
No time to quit.
No time for shit.
Heh. Some time for shit. How are you gonna start pookism if you don't have time for shit? That's no good.
It's so pathetic how, like, I'm still thinking about the fucking protest. It's pathetic how, like they don't want a platform. They just want to screech and make noises. They don't want a platform to debate you, because they can't.
That's because it's like a religion to them.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Like they're right, so they don't have to debate.
Yeah.
They're just like, no, I'm right though.
That's why that Shapiro quote was so fucking great. Like, because to me, like, I feel like I have to include, like, when I draw them, because it's not even really about, like, that quote itself isn't even really about the Antifa stuff. It's like, to me, that was like I applied that to religion immediately. Because, like, it's so true. Like, if you're indoctrinated into a faith, like, you might be a really intelligent person, but if you're like absolutely like, I believe this, then your intellect will work against you. Because, like, if you're stupid and you don't, like, think about things so much, then you're open to change. But if you're like, oh, I'm an intellect and I'm stuck in my own ways, then you'll find ways to reason your point, even though it's wrong.
Yeah, it's true.
And like, it's a pride thing, because they can't admit when they're wrong. And if you try and debate or talk about it, that's racist.
That's a nigga. Yeah, which
That's
is
one
like
thing I
their
cannot.
version, it's
Sorry.
their version of blasphemy.
Yeah. Oh my god, it is. That's
Like, it
so
totally is that.
perfect. What
All yours, friend.
Oh, damn. Wait, maybe. I don't know. I think he's the meditations thing,
No.
the tokens you get for it, it makes her thing go up way faster than anything else. So they might actually be worth it.
Nice.
Bring it on, Guardian. Hey, you gonna buy something, or if we paired up a void lock and one of my Night Stalkers? Yeah.
It
I
might
bet
actually
we'll go
be
for
worth
that.
it.
Get a load of this report I read last week. Kid detected a huge, free-floating mass on the edge of the system. He approached, and the thing moved.
Shattered
Tentacles,
pieces,
all
huh?
kinds of things. Went jetting off into
Or
the
shattered
Kuiper Belt
piece,
faster
not
than you
pieces.
could follow.
Ooh,
Yeah, this thing, right?
ooh, that's a sexy.
If we could get out to the reef,
That's a good.
nah, they'd never go for it.
That's good. Ooh, that's pretty good.
Oh shit! I got another exotic armor.
I bet you got
Hey,
stories.
that's pretty good.
Steadily reloads a portion of your equipped rifle's magazine from your reserves. Improved reload
That is
speed
actually pretty
for
good.
power weapons. Wow.
Stay speedy. Gotta
So
go
like,
fast.
get ammo back into your clip over time, and improved reload speed for power weapons. Both.
That sounds good to me. Is that good?
I
Is
like
that
the
good?
I like the other one I've got better. The other exotic. I'm gonna put the other one into it.
The other erotic?
Yeah.
The other neurotic? The
Yeah.
other
I just dismantled it.
mishmash?
Well, okay, the tower itself's not too big. There's too much space in between NPCs. I want them all to be like in a clusterfuck, so I can just hit them all at once. I don't like going all the way out there for Cade.
You can just smack them all around at once.
Yeah.
Smack it, smack it, smack it.
I am doing it. Alright. Yeah.